All right. I see people are joining me over here. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you all hear me? Is the audio good? Let me go ahead and plug in my mic. Let me see the. For anybody who's in here, how's the audio now? Is it good? Oh, good. All right. So, so here we go. We're on air. Finally, I've been wanting to use this stupid sign for a while. It's not a stupid sign, it's a beautiful sign. But I've been wanting to use this for a while. It's stupid because I haven't been able to use it. It's a beautiful sign because now I get to use it. So a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, a very best friend of mine, he gave me this over Christmas, and I wanted to use that. And I also have another one that I have on top of the door that I really enjoy. So, anyways, here we are finally. All right. So looks like we have probably looks like I've got 8 people so far who joined. I don't know if everybody from the other chat have moved over yet. I wanted to see if there's anybody still over in that chat. I hope they have left and already are on their way over. If not, I don't see anybody in the other chat, so I guess that's good. All right. Cool, cool. All right, so here we are. This is the Rob's Nerdy Knives. There's a little delay on the video that you will see to what I say, and it looks like it's probably about 5 to 10 seconds delay. I'm not exactly sure why, but I want you to know that. So when you type a message, I'm going to be about 10 seconds behind you. So welcome everybody. So let me go through and just welcome everybody. I see there's quite a few who joined. Joshua, thank you for joining. Legendary Pest Control, awesome. Thank you for joining. Let's see here. Bob, appreciate you joining tonight. Tracy, thank you. Let's see here. Who else do we have? We have Drewby Tunes. I like that. Drewby Tunes Original. Welcome. Let's see here. Who else do we have here tonight? I have 10 people who've joined so far. This is the Rob's Nerdy Knives 1,000 giveaway, 1K giveaway. I had 1,000 subscribers, if you didn't know, and we hit the big 1K. We're on air. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off or put it away. But we hit 1,000 subscribers. We had the first giveaway. I had used some really fancy software and some cameras and was all excited. I'd been testing it, had several live streams, and it crashed. And if you were on that particular one, you'll know that it was probably the worst case scenario you could have. Nothing worked. Everything seemed to crash. It was all just going downhill. So we ended up using my phone, and I put it on top of the other camera, and it was a portrait style because I didn't even know how to orient this correctly. Here we are with my iPhone, which I think will work much better. But there is something I have learned tonight. Don't schedule these. Make sure you do them live, start them live. If you schedule them, apparently they don't like to work. And maybe that's what happened last time with the other stream, because scheduling sure does not seem to work well. But here we are. So thank you guys for joining. Let's see here. Do we have anybody else who joined? Tracy, thank you for joining. Appreciate you stopping in. Who else do we have? Brian G, thank you for joining. Edmonds, thank you for joining tonight. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to do 3 giveaways. This is eye candy. So those of you who are into knives, you know that. This is just kind of to whet your palate, if you will, on knives. And those of you who like knives a little and maybe not a whole lot, you'll kind of wonder what the heck is the point of all that, right? But here we are. Oh, Froggy52 is here. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I like frogs, so there we go. Who else is joining? We got Brian. I already said hello to Brian. Bob. I think I said hello to Bob already. I think you were the first one here, so welcome. We're up to 14 now, so I don't know who else is. Oh, we got Sensor226. Thank you for joining tonight. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining the 1K giveaway. I hit 1K subscribers. Actually, I'm at 1.3 now, so we are 30% to the big 2K, and we'll have to probably do another giveaway, maybe at 2 or 2.5. I don't know what makes more sense. But quick question: how is the audio? Is the audio good? Because I am using my lavalier mic plugged in. Want to make sure you guys can hear me and you can hear me clearly. It's not real quiet or faint. If you could let me know. Show off my sexy knives. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I do like these knives. I'm not going to lie to you. I really do like these knives. These knives are a lot of fun, and I do enjoy them. So if you have any questions about the knives, I can go through those. But I know there's other live streamers, and I do not want to step on their toes, and I don't, you know, some of them are way bigger than my channel, so I want to be respectful of that. If you came here to for the giveaway, I just wanted to remind you guys how to enter the giveaway. So those of you who you may all have already entered, but if you haven't already entered, let me go ahead and I'll go through it real quick. So we're going to go in here to the video, and the video is going to be this right here. You'll see this video right here. This is Take Two Rob's Nerdy Knives 1K giveaway. If you haven't already done so, when you click on that video, it's going to open up and I'm going to start talking. But in here in the more, which is the description, you'll see a link in here. And this is a link to another video. And the reason why I do that is for protecting you guys and myself, so that if somebody wins tonight, we don't have bots coming in here trying to ask you for money or try to swindle you or fish information from you, but also so that the people who win it will actually get their prizes. Because there are people, believe it or not, that'll come in, create a new email address just to be you if they really want a knife and try to get the knife, okay? So I just want to make sure we do that for everyone's protection. And I'm a small channel right now, I get that, but I'm hoping as we grow, and we seem to be growing, that there's a chance we'll have more and more subscribers. And if we set this tone kind of early, I think it'll be good for everybody. It'll be good for future giveaways. And then hopefully at some point when I get monetized, and then maybe when, you know, things happen, maybe we get knives donated, who knows? Maybe some wonderful vendors might think that we're worthy of that. So, you know, and then I could give those as giveaways. This will protect us, okay? So what you do is you click on that link right there, all right? So I'm going to click on that link, and it's going to open up the giveaway link. And in here, oh, we've already got 45 comments. Now, mind you, I'm on an iPad. Usually on the iPhone, it's going to be one screen like that. But in here, just leave a comment, okay? I'm not going to worry about the replies or anything like that, but if you just leave a comment in here, just any kind of comment, as long as it's clean, just make sure it's clean. Yeah, just make sure it doesn't, YouTube doesn't filter out your comment, okay? So just put in your comments, whatever they are in here, and once we do the giveaway, it'll actually pull it out. Now, it's going to be one chance per winner, okay? So if you have duplicate comments, I don't mind them, but just know I'm going to filter out duplicate comments. Everyone gets one chance at it, all right? The way I did it last time, and I'll put it out there to you. If you're online and you win the first prize, because I'm going to pick third place, second place, and then first place, right? I'm going to go from the lowest prize to the second prize to the highest prize. If you want another knife, if there's maybe you really want the slip joint that we're going to give away as third place prize, and that's the one you've really wanted or something, and you didn't want the other knives, and you're online, you say, hey, I want that, you know. And what I'm saying is that if you get picked twice, the first prize, you know, you win, but the second time if you get picked, I will automatically give you the better prize, and then we'll repick for the prize that you had before, okay? If you want to keep the prize that you got at first and you don't want to get the better prize, then we'll just redraw for that prize, okay? So it's up to you if you're here, and I'll look for your comments. I'll wait a couple seconds. Otherwise, you just get the better prize, and then we redraw for the other prize. Now, are the chances of you winning twice, you know, I mean, it's a smaller drawing. There's not as many people, so the chances are pretty good. But you know, last time it didn't happen, but I just want to make sure you guys know that. I want to give you that option. Just make sure you leave a comment. And if you would please just like the video, hit the like button, and then subscribe if you haven't already. I sure would appreciate that. That helps me out a lot, trying to get there to make this channel better so we can get more knives and do more stuff. So, all right, let's see here. Who else do we have here? I didn't say hello to. Okay, so we saw Drooby Tunes. I said hello, I believe. Weird Face. Hello, Weird Face. And I think that's everybody I've said hello to already. So with that being said, should we go ahead and dig into the first giveaway, or would you like me to talk a little bit about the knives here? I will wait till the video catches up to me in the comments, because I can see that the video that you guys are seeing is about at least 10 seconds behind, if not more. So how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody having a good Monday night, I hope? The knife in the middle. Are you talking about this one? This is the high fin. Is that the one you're talking about? The one in the middle? Let's see here. This is the high fin. This right here is the Urban EDC LC. This is the Makani by Wee. And this one right here is the Kunwu Tau S. I don't know if that helps, but I don't have a Praxis. No, there's not a Praxis here. Sorry. Sounds like I'm trying to picture the Praxis because I think I know what you're talking about, and it's just not ringing a bell for me. Anyways, I'll have to look that up. The one to the left over here, this is the Alacran. So this is the Enrique Pena and Javi Garcia collab. They actually had a drop of this, and they're going to be releasing these to production to the retailers eventually, but they did an early release. They had this one in carbon fiber. They had some in micarta. Then they had some in Damasteel. Then they had some in Timascus. Those were really expensive because they had the clip and everything. But it's a hefty knife. I mean, it's a larger knife for the it's a Pena X series. So it's a Pena X series. And what I love about it is it is a flat grind, but it comes to a very nice thin edge. Really, really wonderful thin edge. And sharp as all get out, but the ergonomics on this knife are phenomenal. The groove here for the thumb studs, I don't know if you saw my review on this, but this is perfect. You just run your finger down there and just kind of, it'll just deploy it almost every time, right? And you do it the same way with the reverse here. Well, of course, do it on camera. Do it reverse, it deploys every time. And it is a front flipper, so you can slow roll it or you can flick it, right? So this is the Alacran. Was that the one you were talking about, the one on the left here? Are you talking about the Trogan? So, oh, hey, thank you, Danny. Appreciate that. New subscriber on Instagram. I appreciate that very much. Welcome. Thank you for joining. You have the Makani. Yeah, the Makani. I like this one. This is really nice. Now, I love the fire anodized clip, and then the fire anodized back spacer, and of course the little collar for the washer. I like that a lot. I didn't get the fire anodized over here because to me that was a little. I love the accents. I felt like that was a little too much. You know, I'm not a Timascus kind of guy. I know some people are, and I like a little bit of show, but not a whole lot of show. Right? I like it to be subtle, but I still like it. You know, who knows? That'll probably change over the years because I've done a lot of people who are very subtle, didn't like a whole lot of that stuff, and then over the years they've kind of transitioned, I guess, into liking the fancier stuff. You know, just like when I first bought a knife, I said Benchmade was the only knife for me. That was the first thing I started off with. Matter of fact, it was a Benchmade mini. Was it the mini Cryptilian or was it the mini Barrage? The mini Barrage. I had an orange one that I got from Cabela's. Matter of fact, my son, I'd given it to my son. He was here just a couple days ago, and he had it. And I was like, oh, look at that. There's the knife that started it all. But yeah, so I like just a little bit. I don't know about you guys. If you like a lot of Timascus, which is perfectly fine. If that's your thing, go for it, right? It's not quite my thing. So I want to make sure I answered all the questions. Knife in the middle of practice. We already did that one. I love the sheep's foot on the Kunwu. Yeah, that is really nice, isn't it? I love this sheep's foot. And it's such a flat grind, that Vanix Super Clean. Man, I tell you what, and this edge, it holds a sharp, sharp edge. And I've been stropping it. When I first got it, it wasn't quite as sharp, but I took my time stropping this quite a bit. And I got to tell you, it really, really, really has taken on a beautiful edge. And you know what I love is the action on this thing. It just drops. And you know, here, I can just do the back and forth with the finger, you know. You can just kind of go like that all day if you wanted to, which is a lot of fun too. The flipper here is not the main thing, but you can do it. And the best way to do it is make sure I think is like a push button. You want to do that, right, to get it going. But if you do a push button combination with the light switch, it works really well. But you got to be careful to clear that, right? Because if you're in the way, you're going to block it from blocking. But it does deploy really nicely, and I really do like that. And again, I don't know if you all can see that, but the beautiful milling here on the edges and this orange peel texture, it's just really nice. Gives it a nice little texture to the knife. I think that's really nice. I like that. So yeah, I like the Kunwu Tau S. That's a really nice. Kunwu does really an outstanding job, I think. Froggy, you need to win. Okay, well, maybe we should get going at least with the first one. You did get the inset, did you? Okay, which one did you get? Did you get the one with the, was it the fire anodized, or was it like the, I think it was like a, was it a aluminum infused carbon fiber or something like that? I thought it was like a, looked like a black and white carbon fiber, I thought. Oh, how long is a blade? All right, so we can do that. Since right here, we actually have the measurement. So that's 1, 2, so it's 3, about 3.5, but you know, if we want to get real nerdy, since I am Rob's Nerdy Knives, we can. We can get out our little ruler here and we can get the exact measurement on that especially. So the measurement, oh, I'm going to move this up a little bit so we can see, because I tried, I don't know if you, so real quick, do you like this camera angle? Normally when I do the reviews, it's straight down. If you wouldn't mind letting me, I normally do straight down camera reviews, but I wondered if a little bit of an angle might be a little more pleasing to give you sort of a sense of dimension. So if you guys wouldn't mind letting me know here, I'd appreciate it. So now we're clear. Now we can actually get the measurement for that knife. So we are at, yeah, that's 3¼ inches. 3¼ inches for the blade. Exactly 3¼ inches. So I mean, that's a fairly good blade, especially for a blade that you can choke up really well. So you can see that you can choke up really nicely for a push cut if you want to do a push cut. But if you need to do a choke up for like a really hard push cut, like you're cutting through rope or you're cutting through some big boxes or something like that, or something heavy, you can absolutely do that with this knife. I like that. You like the angle? All right, cool, cool. I appreciate that. Well, happy Monday, happy knife, happy knife. Welcome, happy knife. Tyler Williams, welcome. Danny Sims, I think I said hello, and well, I'm going to just say hello to this username. I won't say the first one because I don't want to get my channel, you know, I can't use that language on here, okay? So I just so let you know, I can't do that. So, but hello, this username. I'll say hello to you there. And then did I say hello to everybody else? Got Tyler, yep. Joshua, yep. Okay, Knife Life EDC, hello. All right, so. Fire anodized, Danny. That's cool. I like that. Oh, are you talking about, Joshua, are you talking about the fire anodized? You're talking about the fire anodized titanium? When you're talking about the blowing technique when they just blow the fire on there? Yeah, it is. You know, some people love fire anodized titanium. Some people hate it. I get that. It's for some, maybe not for others. You know, I saw that the Giant Mouse Antler, the TI version. It looks really good, and I thought I saw somebody who reviewed it. I thought it's made by MKM or possibly Viper, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if that's the case. You're talking about the new one, right? It's like a mini version of the giant one. Is that the one you're talking about for the Giant Mouse knife? I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. Just let me know if that is the case. Here's a favorite of mine. I don't know if you've seen this one. It's a great buy if you haven't gotten this. And they're making a small version of this, so if this is too big, they are coming out with a small version really soon. I think it's going to be March or April, matter of fact. You should check it out. This is a Caviso, which Caviso, I don't know if you remember, Caviso used to be key. I think they used to be Drop, if I'm not mistaken. I thought Caviso used to be Drop. They are doing a collab with Ray Laconico. This is the Caviso Ray Laconico Keen, and it doesn't look like it has much, just a flipper, and there's no jimping on there, right? But man, that flipper works perfectly. You don't need jimping, and it works both with the light switch, I mean the push button, and with the light switch. It works really, really nicely, and the jimping is not. It's to me, I thought, would I miss the jimping? You know, if yeah, I can fail it if I want to. And as you guys know, if you watched any of my reviews, you'll know that I do tune my detent. So it was slightly stronger. So if you like stronger detents, obviously you're gonna definitely probably want to tune your knives up a bit as opposed to tuning them down, because the detent is just going to be just a little bit stronger. But I like a lighter detent. I like the freeform dropping action. And so with this one, it's buttery smooth. It just rolls. Now, of course, it's not going to roll for me here, but normally it does in my pocket. Of course, making me a liar here. Come on. There we go. But what's nice is it's a full flat grind, if you didn't notice that, all the way up to the top. So, and the flat grind is perfectly exposed for a middle finger reverse flick. This is just so easy. And matter of fact, I prefer to open and close the knife that way. To me, it's much more convenient just to do that. And you know, it's nice to have multiple deployments. I always like a knife with more than one type of deployment, and I really like that a lot. So that's one of these really nice knives, but they're making a smaller version. It'll be a little less expensive too, but definitely check it out. And they have different colors. They even have a purple one. So if you like a purple or a green, some different ones. This one right here was, I believe, about 160, and I know they had some sales on them right now, so you can get these, I think, for 140 or even less. I mean, this is full titanium. It's beautiful. It's very much like, you know, very similar to that sandblasted or bead blasted. It's more bead blasted. It's not sandblasted, I think. And it's CPM S35 VN steel. Let's see, where is that? It's on here somewhere. It's really, really small, and I don't know if I can get to it, but it's on here somewhere. But it is S35 VN steel, and which is, I, they've done a good job. I can tell you when I strop this and I work this knife, it holds the edge pretty well. I don't lose the edge really quickly. So I think if the HRC, the rock hardwell hardness is solid on this, I think it's not bad. And I know if you have any questions, I know big fan of this is Neves Knives. He has this. This is one of his favorites too. And I got to be honest, I got to give shout out to him because he's the one who got me turned on to this. And I totally agree with him. And he likes this knife a lot. So yeah, I took a recommendation from Neves on that one for sure. And I'm glad I did. It's a great, great little knife if you haven't had a chance to check it out. Yeah, there's some lefties there too. By the way, and the lefties, some of the lefties were 99 bucks. If you're a lefty, man, you should go check it out. They had some for, and they're the drop versions. They'll say drop on them still. It won't say Caviezel or they took the drop off there. But if you're cool with that, which I would be, for 99 bucks, this not, I mean, that's a steal. I definitely check that out. Especially if you're a lefty and you're looking for a lefty knife. So, all right. Well, I appreciate everyone being here. As I said, this is to celebrate our 1K giveaway. Unfortunately, I had 2 of the prizes. One wasn't claimed. And what I did last time is I made a mistake. I gave the wrong email address, and I totally own that. I reached out to the person, oops. Hey, Joshua, if you're trying to post something, it's restricting your comment. That's automatically turned on, so I don't know what you're trying to say. Hopefully, if you want to try to say it something differently, maybe. But if I had 2 giveaways, right? 2 of them weren't claimed. One, I reached out to the guy and I tried to let him know, hey, oh, how do you enter? Yeah, I'll review that one more time, but let me just explain this. I'll wrap it up, and then we'll go ahead and redo that. Okay? Hey, no problem. Thank you, Joshua. So, one of the giveaways, like I said, I gave the wrong email address. I reached out to him. I contacted him on the emails and the messages, and I never heard back. And I waited a little extra long time. You know, normally I would have already done the redraw for this because I really wanted to give benefit of the doubt and try to reach them. And I did that over and over. Another person, he did contact me, provided me their email address, their address. I took the address, I cut and pasted right into my mail app, and then I created the label and I mailed it out. Unfortunately, it did get returned. It said it could not forward it, and that was shipped all the way out to Hawaii, which wasn't the continental 48 states. But because I could create a UPS small flat rate box rate, it took it. I went ahead and shipped it anyways. But that one got returned, and I reached out to them and said, hey, it got returned. Your address wasn't they wouldn't accept it. Are you still interested in it or not? Never heard back from them because I was willing to work with them. I'm not monetized. I don't make money off of any of this. This is all myself, so I can't spend 11 bucks over and over to ship the same thing to somebody. Okay, so I did say to him, I said, I'm more than happy to ship it again, but you at least got to cover the shipping for the second time around. I took your address, cut and pasted. It's exactly what you gave me. I'm sorry about that. So let's go into real quick. We'll do the entry one more time, and then I'll show you what the prizes are. So to enter, let me get into the app here. All right, so I'm going to go back to the giveaway. All right, so this is there's a video that says Take 2 Rob's Nerdy Knives right here. Take 2 Rob's Nerdy Knives. You have to go back, go to my channel, and you'll notice about 4 videos back, okay? What you want to do is you want to go to that video, you want to click on the link. And I embedded this giveaway in here, and I should probably, I think I had planned to put this same link into this live stream, but I didn't get a chance to because we had the technical difficulties. But just follow this link. In this link, you're going to hit more, which is it's going to give you the description of that video. In that description, there's a link. It says to enter the giveaway. You have to go to this giveaway link, and I embed this in here to protect everybody from the bots and the scammers. Because what happens is people, if they see this, they're going to contact you and say, hey, contact me and you'll have to pay 35 bucks to ship you your prize. What they're really trying to do is steal your money. If you win, I'm going to cover the shipping costs, at least the very first time. Hopefully it doesn't get returned, right? I kind of changed the rules because of that. We'll go over the rules here in a second. Because if it does get returned, it just goes back into the prize fund. So just make sure your address is correct, right? Because I'm going to cut and paste whatever you give me. That being said, I just realized in the video, I'm watching it, the delay feed here of my video. the image for this live stream is just not a great video. I should change that. So I apologize to you guys. But anyways, in here you click on this video, and that'll protect you from, you know, the bots hopefully spamming you. I'm small enough, hopefully that'll be the case, right? And then right here, you just leave a comment, you know, like and leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. That's all I ask you to do. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment, okay? And then you're entered. Just make sure your comment is clean. If your comment is clean, YouTube will allow that comment to be picked. If it's not, it's gonna kind of ban it, or it's gonna you know, cover it up, and it's not gonna be the comment picker is not going to be able to get it. Okay, so just make sure it's a clean comment or something, right? You can say like, I like frogs. I know somebody in there, it's Froggy's name. You could say I like frogs, or you could say I like knives. Whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat. So there you go. You do not have to be here, Joshua. If you have to go, if you're working, if you have to be somewhere, you do not. Just you have to contact me within 7 days. You must contact me. So let's go over the rules real quick. I'm going to pull out the rules here real quick. So I'll put them on top of here real quick. Rules are, you got to be 18 years old. You must contact me within 7 days at my channel's email address. And that's robsnerdyknives@gmail.com. So it's robs, ROBSNERDYKNIVES @gmail.com. That's the same email that actually will, if you go to my channel and you click on my channel, there's an email link there. That's going to go to the same place. So if you forget that, just go there and click it. But contact me within 7 days of this giveaway. You must provide me a valid Continental USA address where the prize can be shipped via USPS small flat rate box, okay? Any return shipment forfeits your prize, which becomes part of the next giveaway. And I have to say that because I had one that came back. And here's the thing. Whatever address you give me, I'm going to cut and paste it, put it right into the label. So whatever address you give me in that email, if you're the winner and you contact me, I'm going to use that, okay? I'm going to cut and paste it. I'm not going to rewrite it. I'm not going to draw it. I'm going to cut and paste it. And then when you do contact me in the email, if you're a winner, you acknowledge that after winning that the ship box, the prize contents adhere to all of your state and local knife laws. If you're in a state that allows certain knives, doesn't allow other knives, maybe it allows slip joints, maybe it doesn't allow flippers, maybe, you know, flippers can only be a certain length, maybe it's fine to have, you just can't carry, fine, whatever your state laws are, as long as you adhere to those, okay? And you must follow these simple steps to confirm your account. So once you do all of that, I'm going to ask you to follow some simple steps to confirm who you are. You have to confirm who you are. It's really simple. We'll go over it once. If you're a winner, I just need you to do that. I can't give the prize out if you don't confirm who you are. Okay, so I mean, if you want to know, basically you're going to go into the comment that you left on the giveaway video, you're going to edit it, and you're going to edit it for me, okay? And I'm going to know who you are by who I picked, and that'll confirm that you are that person, because I don't want somebody coming along and saying, hey, I'm Rob's Nerdy Knives, and create a Rob's Nerdy Knives at outlook.com or something and say, you know, send me $30 for your shipping. I'm not going to do that, right? But likewise, someone else is not going to contact you and try to take your prize. I want to make sure you guys who win get your prize. I want to ship them out. I want to get them to you, okay? So that's the rules. Basically, if you don't do any of the above, you forfeit your prize, and it becomes part of the next giveaway. Simple enough, right? Does that make sense? Anybody have any questions? Link in the description. I can see if I can put that into this video description. Let me see if I can do that really quick. I will definitely try to do that. Let me, if you give me just a second, I'm going to be clicking here and doing that. If you guys are patient with me, allow me to do that on one of my screens up here. I want to try to see if I can add that to the video. Yeah, you know, and I learned that because I follow a lot of other knife guys, and I've seen people who got ripped off or people who got taken advantage of. I just don't want any of my, you know, subscribers or people who come here to get ripped off. I want you guys to, I want it to be fun and enjoyable, and I'm going to go out of my way to try to make sure you guys get your prize, right? Unfortunately, that doesn't always happen, right? Sometimes people, I don't know, maybe have a bad day or something, I guess. I'll just leave it at that. All right, so let's get to the live post. And the one that is right now. I'm gonna change that cover picture because that really is, it's a picture of my hand. I don't think you guys want to see that. So let's put a good picture in there. All right, and let's get the link for the video. There we go. And I appreciate you guys being patient here. I just want to make sure so you can see the link in the description. Here it is. That's it. So I'm going to copy that. Okay, copy that link. We'll add it to the description. I'm going to bring out my keyboard real quick, so I apologize. You'll probably see that me typing a little bit here. So to enter, click here, leave a comment, make sure it is clean, so YouTube does not filter you out, and say like, and please subscribe. All right, so let me go ahead and save that. All right. So I saved that. I don't know if you have to refresh your view that you have, but if you go back to your video, it should, at this point, have that in the description. So if we go back to that, let's see here. It says we're live. I go to it. Let's see what it says. Is the description in there? Yep, there it is. All right, so it's in there now. So you might have to refresh your screen, okay? So I added it to this live stream for that entry, okay? It's the same thing like if you went to the video. You can now get into the giveaway video in this. We're going to have 3 prizes. We're going to give away 3 prizes, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. So with that being said, are we ready for the first prize? We're going to do prize number 3 first. We're going to do the small prize, all right? If you guys have all entered, if anybody's still trying to enter, let me know. I will wait about 10 or 15 seconds to see if anybody's still entering, and then we can do the first drawing, okay? Just let me know. I don't want to rush anybody if you're still trying to enter. I appreciate that, Danny. Thank you. I'm just, you know, trying to make sure everybody's gets their prizes, because you'd be surprised how many unscrupulous things people do, you know. And the thing is, sometimes, you know, a good person can make a bad decision. You put them in a situation, right? I mean, gosh, would I be tempted if, like, someone were to put out, I know it never would happen, but let's say there was a Sheer Goroff up for sale, and somebody's name was, you know, Robert Eberson or something like that. Man, you know, I would never do it, but I could see the temptation. I could see the temptation. Okay, I'm not saying just because we're tempted doesn't mean we necessarily act on it, right? Temptation, it's one thing to be tempted. It's another thing to act on it, right? Recognize our weaknesses, right? So we're being safe about it. But anyways, everybody good? Are we ready for the first giveaway? All right, let's do it. Okay. All right, so the first giveaway is going to be, I'm going to move these guys out of the way. Have a little bit of room. All right, I think everything's out of the way. All right, so the first giveaway is going to be, it's going to be a sticker. This is the test sticker. It didn't work out perfectly, but this is the good sticker. These are car decals. You can put them on your car. You can stick them up anywhere you want. I'm still trying to get some, you know, regular stickers, but my first attempt. I'm a small channel, but I wanted to give some stickers out. But here's the Luna. This is the real steel Luna. It is a slip joint. Let me go ahead and open that so I don't tear that. There we go. And we'll go ahead and open this. Now it is a JG10 Luna, so if you guys are into dyeing your knives, JG10, if you didn't know, this means it's a blank canvas as far as G10. You can dye this any color you want. I have some orange dye. I want to dye something, one or two of my other knives. I either want to do orange or red, but you can dye this any color you want, or you can leave it as JG10. I think it looks really nice with the black. But this is a slip joint. It does have a deep pocket carry clip, which is kind of unusual for a slip joint, which is really nice. And it does the walk and talk. Now notice this is at, like, I want to say probably 110 degrees, maybe 120 degrees. I don't have a protractor here, but we could measure it if you really wanted to. But and then it goes all the way out. And so it does the walk and the talk. I don't know if you can hear that, so I'll do it next to my mic. There's the walk and the talk. So that's the walk and talk, right? That's what they talk about. But it is, you know, it's a slip joint, so you don't want to be pushing down that way because you don't want to go on your hand. But the nice thing is when you close it, you know, sometimes they come really hard like that, but at least it's going to close right there. So if you close, it's not going to fall right on your finger and cut you. So that's nice. and then it closes. It's D2 steel, has really nice edge, a very thin blade, so it's a beautiful slicer. This is a great little knife. I think if I wasn't doing a channel and if I didn't have giveaways, I think this would be a knife in the car. Okay, this would be a great knife in the car. It would be a backpack, you know, a knife in a backpack like my camera bag or something, just in case you need to cut something, some string, some rope or whatever. This is a great little kind of a safe knife. You know, not people are going to be threatened by this. They're not going to feel scared about this knife. Something you can keep in a pocket or a pouch, or ladies in a purse. You know, and you could dye this pink or purple, something really nice, if that's your color. You know, whatever. So that's the first giveaway. All right. So it's going to be this knife and the stickers. All right. Any questions about that? All right. So let's go ahead and do the comment pickers. So what I'm going to do is, this is the giveaway video right here, right? So everyone can see that. So if you're curious, I just want to make sure you can all see that. I'm going to go ahead and hit the share button, and I'm going to copy the link. I have the link. I'm going to go over here. This is the picker, what we call the picker app or whatever here. So I will go ahead and I'm going to close that. I'm going to refresh this so you know that this is a fresh page. Okay. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to paste in the page, the link to the page. So if you want to check that, that's the link to the giveaway. Make sure everybody agrees. Is that the giveaway to the link? Is that the one you all see, right? So if not, just, you know, let me know. But that's the one. So we're not gonna include replies. We're gonna filter duplicates. We're not gonna filter based on specific text. We're not gonna exclude users. We're not gonna hide comments from results, and we're gonna go ahead and show random names, and then we have to do a little bit of math here, and that's gonna be 7 plus 1 is 8. All right, so we're gonna get the total number of comments, 33 unique comments. So 1 in a 33 chance to win tonight, okay? 1 in a 33 chance. This is for the first giveaway. So let's go ahead and pick a winner. Is everyone ready? Here we go. All right, hit the start. The winner is Aruda. Aruda, you are the winner. So if you would please, Aruda, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this on here in case Aruda left. But I'll go ahead and leave this on here. So, oops. Oh, come back to the channel. There we go. Here we go. Aruda. I'm going to go ahead and leave this in. See here. It's love your content. Cheers. Thank you, Aruda. I really appreciate that. But here is the email. I made it nice and big. robsnerdyknives@gmail.com. Please email me there within 7 days. If you email me tonight, I will see if I can get to you tonight. If not, I will definitely check by tomorrow or the day after, right? But please email me at robsnerdyknives@gmail.com. That's ROBSNERDYKNIVES. Just what it says there. Don't listen to me. I can't spell, right? But anyway, so you are the winner, Aruda. Congratulations. All right. Well, thank you so much for entering, and let's go ahead and I'm going to pack that up, and then we'll get to the second one, okay? So I don't remember seeing Aruda before. Is Aruda here tonight? Are they here in the chat? Is that person here? I don't know if they're still here, if they just signed up and they didn't, maybe they're not here for their live stream. Could be working, which is perfectly fine. You have 7 days to claim your prize, right? Is Aruda here? If he or she is, I assume that might be, I'm guessing it's a female's name. It ends with an A. If you're doing the sort of the romantic languages, usually an A is more feminine, so I could be wrong, but I don't want to assume, but I just want to ask. I don't see Aruda here, so all right. Well, hopefully she will check, or he will check within, they will check within 7 days, or else it'll become part of the next giveaway. Gosh, oh, the live stream stopped. Okay, all right. Yeah, the other channel, we had some problems. I scheduled, if you just joined WG, we did the first giveaway. We still have 2 more to go, so you still have a chance. I did put the link for the giveaway in the description of this video, but it's also in the giveaway video as well. So you will see it there as well as you will see it here, okay? So I just want to let you know that you can get them in both. That being said, that's the only thing you missed. We had some knife candy out. We looked at a few knives, talked a little bit. That other video, I have learned my lesson. I'm basically not going to schedule a live stream ahead of time because it never seems to work for me. I should just go live and that's it. So I'll have a little post about it being live, and then I'm just going to go live. I think that's my lesson learned here. So I appreciate you coming and making it over, but sorry that it I had another little system glitch, if you will. I don't know. Maybe the Matrix doesn't like me or something. Maybe I didn't get the right pill. Didn't take the red pill, green pill, whatever, purple pill, whatever color, blue pill, you name it. I don't know. Maybe we took too many pills. Who knows? But anyways, all right. So the slip joint. Okay. Let's see here. WG. Did you want to see the slip joint? I mean, we just did it. This was the slip joint. It was the Luna one. You can see it if you go back to it. Oh man, that's what I didn't want to do. I just ripped it. Oh, I'm not looking. But this is the one that we gave away. It's the real steel one here. I didn't want to rip the box, but that is the one. Yeah, if you want to go back and check the video, that's the one that we were giving away here tonight. And I just kind of destroyed the box. So hopefully she will be able to come back for the prize. All right. So I am going to, before we do that, I'm going to get a piece of paper and going to just write down the winner's name. All right, so Aruda slip joint. All right, so that's the winner of the slip joint. So I want to make sure I keep a track of that, okay? All right. Oh, WG, welcome, by the way, welcome. And I want to make sure I welcome everybody. I think anybody else that joined that I missed? I think everybody else is here. So we have 29. Wow, 29 people. Well, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you guys listening in. All right, so the next prize, the next giveaway is going to be another Vosteed. Last time we gave a Vosteed away, that person who won second place did claim their prize, did get their prize, and I was able to get to them. So this is another Vosteed, but I think some of you guys are going to like this Vosteed. It's the one that I know a lot of people have been trying to get a hold of. And I probably could put it for sale and it would have sold really quick, but I figured this would be a great prize for you guys. This is the Corgi. If you know anything about this one, this is the one that looks a little bit like a dog, okay? It's 14C 28N stonewashed, so it's a nice steel. It's a great budget steel. It does have the Trek lock, which means it is a button lock, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that one. Comes with this nice aluminum case, as you can see. With the zipper pouch, we have our cloth, we have a patch, we have the documents, the paperwork, and of course, you also get some stickers as well. This is the stretched out one. It was a test one, but I'm going to give that to you for free. But this is the nice one here. And they are car decals. So if you want to put them on your car, you can, or you can just use them as stickers. It's my first, it's like, first run stickers. They might be something, if people like this content and we keep growing, that might be something special to have down the road. You can say, I have one of the really crazy, weird stickers from the very beginning of the channel. So you might want to hold on to that one. If you want. I just think it'd be funny. But anyways, so this is the Corgi. And it's called a Corgi because I know it doesn't quite look like it, but if you look at that, it looks a little bit like a dog, right? It's supposed to look like a Corgi dog. Maybe a brown-haired Corgi dog with a little bit of, brown in it and what have you. It has a deep pocket carry clip, not super deep, but relatively deep. But the dimensions of this are they're not menacing at all, right? It doesn't even look like a knife. It almost looks like, I don't know if you, what are those, vape pens or something, or it looks like a little protractor or ruler or something like that. You wouldn't even know that's a knife until, oops, and you're not going to, and by the way, you're not going to accidentally flip it the wrong way. You have to do it the right way. You flip it out. But here's the cool thing. It's a button lock. So you could button lock it open. You can bring it down like that and do that, right? Or you can do the front flip. It also does front flip. You can do that slow roll like that, or you can do the quick front flip like that. So it does a little bit of both, okay? Kind of a cool knife. I mean, it's black micarta, and it's a pretty nice micarta. It's got some nice texture to it, so it's really nice. The blade is completely hidden out of sight, which is really nice. And that once it's locked away, that button is not sticking out a whole lot, so it's not going to be easy to press or anything like that, But it flips out really nicely, and I think a very nice, convenient little knife. Very flat edge. It's a flat grind. It has a very nice sharp edge. Definitely sharp edge. You can see that. You can definitely do some cutting with that. So that works out really, really nice. I think this would be a fun knife, and I think it'd be a great little knife, great for like work or something. You don't want it to be, obtrusive. By the way, if you're a lefty, something that I pointed out and I know to be absolutely true, and I've confirmed it, is this is switchable. Now you look at this and you go, well, it doesn't have a place to put the clip on over here. Oh, yes, you're right. It doesn't have a place to put the clip. But notice something. This shape and this screw are exactly the shape of this screw. So the way you make this a lefty is you take the entire scale, you put it over here, and then put that scale over here, and voila, it's a lefty. So that's how you make this a lefty knife. They fit perfectly on both sides. So this is a lefty or a righty pocket knife. You can switch those out, just so you know. So just something good to know. So you can make this a lefty, and you can have the clip on this side, so you can work it over here on this side. So just wanted to let you know. I don't know if you knew that. All right, so that's the knife. You saw the bag, the stickers, everything right here. We have all of that. So let's go ahead and put it out here. Actually, we'll open it up so you can see it. We'll go ahead and do the drawing for that. Anybody have any questions? Has everybody entered? Anybody new that hasn't had a chance to enter yet? If you haven't had a chance to enter yet, please let me know. Holidays. Did I miss something, Joshua? If I missed a conversation, I apologize. Let's see here. Swap holidays. No, you can swap the scales. You talking about the scales? Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you have issues with your hands, my sister-in-law and my wife had surgery on her hand. My sister-in-law has little thumb things that she's working on, but it's hard for her to use the flippers. And for some people, it's just hard. And I know for a while, I pulled something in my thumb when I was working, and it was really hard to use any of my knives. But I tell you, having a button lock is very nice for that because it's easy to open and close. Just something to think about. Even the flipper, because I can flip this knife with my middle finger. So if my index finger, it's hurting or something, I can use different fingers, but I can always use that button lock, and I can use both hands for that button lock, right? That's really nice. So yeah, I don't know if I missed a question there. Did I miss any question? Yeah, you can switch the scales to make it left-handed. Exactly. Yep, you're right. Oh, oh, the slip joint. Okay, all right. Sorry. I didn't know what you were talking about. Missed it. All right, so let's go ahead and do the giveaway for that one. All right, so we're going to go back to the original video. This is the giveaway video. I'm going to go ahead and copy that link. Oh, make sure you guys can see that. So here, we'll go back. We'll refresh it. You can see this is the video, right? I'm going to do share. So I'm going to get a copy of the link so we know that we have that. We'll go back over here, and I will go ahead and I'm going to close that. Going to shrink that down, and what I'll do at this point, we'll go ahead and do a refresh. I'm going to paste the video in. Again, if you want to confirm that's the video, if you guys want to see that, make sure you're all good with that. Okay, we're gonna do filter duplicates. We're going to do random, and we're going to do a little bit of math here. 8 plus 5 is 13. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll show the comments. 34 comments. Oh, so we have an extra comment, I think, from the last time. I think we had 33, I thought, or 33 or 32. I thought there was a little less. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyways. So, everybody ready? All right, so everybody's ready. All right, so let's go ahead and do the pick. Here we go. Knife Guy 81. Congratulations, Knife Guy 81. Is Knife Guy 81 here? Knife Guy 81, are you here tonight? Are they here? Is Knife Guy 81 here? No? Well, they have a week to win. They'll have a week to win. All right. So, Knife Guy 81. So what I will do, just because I really want somebody to win, I am going to, I'm gonna make a decision. We're gonna do the 3 drawings, and at the end, I'm gonna draw 3 more names if you guys are willing to hang around, and I will make those the backup winners. So if someone doesn't claim their prize, then whoever gets the first backup, they will be able to, I'll contact them and say, hey, you're the backup winner. This person didn't claim their prize. So if you're a backup, still contact me, and I'll let you know if someone didn't claim their prize, okay? What do y'all think about that? Should we do that? I think that's fair, because who I've seen, Birdshot, they do that. They have backup winners, and I think you know, that gives everybody a chance, so we're not redrawing. At least I would like I want people to win these prizes. So if these folks don't get a hold of me, you know, of course, Murphy's Law will mean that as soon as we do that, everyone's going to claim their prize. We all know that, right? If I didn't do that, we'd have 2 or 3 people that wouldn't claim their prize. So it's just how it works. But at least that way, we know that we can get these prizes to people tonight. I want to make sure people get prizes. That's the thing. So Knife Guy 81, you are the winner of the Corgi. So if Knife Guy 81 doesn't show up, or if they don't contact me, we're going to do a backup for that, okay? Beard of Doom, welcome, Beard of Doom. Appreciate you being here, buddy. C. Brimstone, welcome. Drink water, welcome. Yes, drink water. We always need to drink water. Yes. Timothy Seymour, welcome. Appreciate you guys being here. I think I didn't say hello to you, any of you guys, so welcome. All right, so we've done 2 giveaways so far. We gave away the Corgi, and we gave away the Luna slip joint, but I'm going to, at the end, I'm going to draw 3 other random names, kind of like Birdshot does, and they're going to be the backup winners. And so let's say all 3 people don't claim their prize, we have 3 alternatives, right? If one person doesn't claim their prize, the first alternative will have a chance at winning the prize, right? So if you are at the alternative at the end, I would like for you, you know, if, just to know you're going to be the backup alternative, okay? So I think that would be a way to make sure people get their prize. I really want people to win their prize. I really do. To me, it's like, that's the thing we want to do here, okay? And all right, so we'll go ahead and go to the next big prize. This is the Tempest Knives Pinion. So first of all, you're going to get a sticker. Like I said, the test sticker that we ran and didn't work out well, but here's the real sticker. But I wanted to give it to you because it says Rob's Nerdy Knives, and I figure these are first run stickers. You know, this might be something cool down the road if you guys like my channel and more people subscribe. Who knows? Maybe this will be a cool thing to have, to say, hey, I've got one of those really weird original stickers before he had those really fancy stickers. Check it out, you know, and you could be like, ooh, wow, that's neat. I don't know. Or maybe you could just be like, yeah, that was a dumb sticker. I don't know, whatever. But that's one of the prizes. And then the other thing you're going to get is you're going to get a Wee Civivi little tote bag. And what this is, it allows you to carry 6 knives. So if you ever go on a trip and you want to bring a few of your knives, and now some of you guys who don't have a whole bunch of knives, you may think this is dumb. Or those of you who just have a few knives and you want to store your knives, you may like this, okay? But what this does, it allows you to carry 3 knives in one side and then 3 knives here. And so, like, you know, being upside down, you're afraid that it could fall out. Well, no, you can stick it in there, right, like that, and you can Velcro it over and it'll hold the knife in there. So you can have up to 6 knives in there. So that's a nice little travel pouch case. It's a Wee Civivi, a little travel pouch case that'll come along. And then the grand prize is going to be this Tempest Knives Pinion, and it's in black G10, again, 14C28N. Got a lot of good budget steel here. Just to remind you, I'm not monetized. I'm a small channel. Every one of these prizes I paid for myself. I haven't been given anything for free. You know, I mean, at some point I would love for our channel to grow so that I would be given some stuff. I could give more stuff to you guys because that's what I would love to do. But this is a really nice knife. If you haven't checked this knife out, by Tempest Knives, another YouTube channel guy, he designed this knife. This is a really cool knife. It is a beater knife. I mean, in a sense, if you want a hard use knife, this is it. And this is the guy right here. KC is the guy who owns this. He's the owner and designer. And Tempest Knife, he also has his own channel, by the way. Just really, you should check him out. But really nice knife, black G10, and I think it's done just really, really well, if you haven't seen this. This is G10. Now, it's got a beautiful texture and a kind of design on there, if you can see that. It's contoured. It's got a really nice contour shape. The edges are chamfered. They're not sharp at all. It's got some weight to it because they are steel liners. He put steel liners in the inside. Now, there's no flip or anything on here. It is just a fuller, but the fuller works really well. You can reverse flick, and it's a liner lock, locks up really well, nice and solid, and it drops beautifully. Now notice I'm letting it drop right on that sharpening choil, so I'm not cutting my hand. But if you guys have never done that, just make sure you watch your finger, right? And it closes beautifully, and you can do, you know, right finger flick just really easily. And then if you want to do traditional, if you're around people who are afraid of knives, you can just do it like a slip joint, right? So that's really nice. And it's got a wire clip, reversible, left and right-handed. So this is a reversible left and right-handed, which is nice and easy to swap. And you could put a Spyderco clip in. If you want a titanium clip, you could put a Spyderco clip in there if you want it. I love the pivot. He just did a nice little design. So just a nice touch on that pivot, I think. And this is definitely very hard use. Yeah, you're right. And you can choke up on it. You notice that? It's like a finger choil. Definitely flat up there to get a good grip, and you have a little place there for a good solid grip. But if you need to do like a push cut or a precision cut, This thing will work really nice if I wanted to like do a precision cut on there. And yeah, this thing locks up solidly. Well, 14C28, this is a great steel. Very, retains a good sharp edge. It's an ingot steel, so it's not a powder steel, but it's a great, great budget steel. Comfortable grip on here in the hand. Oops. Comfortable grip, comfortable choke up. But man, you could beat this knife. This knife, if I didn't have a channel and if I didn't have a giveaway, this would be in my car. That's where this knife would be. It'd be my car knife. It'd be my emergency hard juice knife, you know, and that to me is important because I want a good knife that's out there that if I need a knife and I'm in a situation where I don't have one, because you never know, you might have to cut something, cut a seatbelt, cut something out. This would be just a great hard use knife. So I like this knife a lot. All right. Anybody have any questions about the knife at all? All right. Well, let's go ahead and do the giveaway. Has everyone entered? Anybody who's joined, have you all entered? Do you know how to enter? Did you see the link in the description and did you leave a comment? Make sure it's a clean YouTube comment so YouTube doesn't filter you out. You know, just like and subscribe. I really would appreciate that. It helps me a lot. But if you haven't done so, if you would do that, that would be awesome. As everyone entered, I want to give everybody a chance to enter. Has everyone entered? Is there anybody that needs to go enter? If you need to go enter, just, you know, tell me wait, just say wait or something, okay? If you haven't entered, please just tell me. Oh, I like that. Wham, Sheepfoot's Cliff. Yeah. You know what? You know, the joke is, you know, is this a Sheepfoot? Is it a reverse Tonto? Because, you know, what is it? You know, it's a modified. It's modified. You can call it, you know, I like that. I've done that before in a lot of my reviews, Beard of Doom. I've called it, well, this is a Sheepfoot drop point. It's got a curve, so it could be a Sheepfoot modified clip point, you know, reverse Tonto, you know, I don't know. There's just so many things you could put in there, right? I mean, it gets kind of crazy out there. But the debate lives on. Exactly, it does. You know what? It's a useful blade shape. I like the blade shape. If you like it, then you like it and you can enjoy it. So there we go. All right, everybody's entered, right? We're good? Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and start the giveaway. I want to be respectful. We've already been here for, I think, we've been here for what? We've been here a while? Yeah, we've been here, 58 minutes. Oh, this is longer than I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to take this much of your all's time. Like I said, you don't have to be here for the giveaway. I appreciate you guys being here, but you don't have to be here. But if you are, you know, there you go, right? So let's go ahead and just to make sure everybody who's fresh, I'm going to go ahead. Here's the video. I'm going to go ahead and copy it. I just want to make sure you all know because sometimes people will be like, you know, that's not the link. That's a fixed website or something. You know, I've seen them in other channels where people get really upset. Now, it's, you know, I want to be fair. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh this page. Make it fresh. We'll go ahead and enter the link. As you can all see, paste. And if you want to see, there's the link. If you want to verify, make sure it's the right link. All right. We're going to filter duplicates. We're going to do a little math. 6 plus 6 is 12. We're going to go ahead and get YouTube comments. Let's see if we're more than 34. We're 37. We've got four more entries. Cool. Very good. 4 more entries, or 3 more entries, excuse me. I just did the math. You'd think I would remember that. Anyways, so we have 3 more entries. All right. So are we all ready? Here we go. The big one. This is the big prize. All right. And then remember, stick around because I'm going to do 3 alternatives, 3 alternate winners, or I guess alternatives if one of the winners doesn't claim their prize. I want to at least have 3 in case all 3 were not to claim their prize. Here we go. Ready? And the winner is David Helka. Is David Helka here tonight? Is David here? David, if you're here, say a comment. Say something. Is David here? All right, so if you're not David, and you check this video out later on, for David, later on, if you check this video out, email me at robsnerdyknives@gmail.com. Robs, R-O-B-S, NERDYKNIVES @gmail.com. Okay, David Helka, you're the winner. If David is here, congratulations. If he's not, he has 7 days to contact me. All right, and I'm gonna write his name down, and then we're gonna do the 3 alternatives for everyone who's hung around. I will do that. That's for the opinion. Okay, and since you know what I think is fair is I think, hey, if you all would do me a favor, I'm just trying to think of how can I make this, you know, a little more entertaining for everybody here, because you guys have hung around here, and there's still what we got 27 still in the live stream. Um, I think it would be fun if we had three alternatives, and maybe all three alternatives were people who are on the live stream. What do y'all think? How about that? We do that. So if we do that, let's do a code word. I believe we can do it. Can we do that here? Is it? Can we do the? Oh, I see. I don't know if this does the chat. Does this do the chat? See, I'm such a noob. If you guys know this, I'm a noob. So does it do the chat? So I'm gonna test this. And I think let's come up with a word since we're here tonight. Let's do nerdy knives. How about everyone just in the comments or in your chat write nerdy knives all in lowercase, and I'll go ahead and type something up there just so you can see what I'm talking about because I don't know if it takes the case letter. So we'll do nerdy knives, one word like that. Nerdy knives, one word like that. If everyone will post that in there, I'm going to try to see if we can pull that in here, and I'm going to get this video and I'm going to test it off camera just to see if it works because I hope it does. If not, then I've just disappointed you all and I apologize. But we're gonna give this a shot and see if we can make this work. I've not done this before. If any of you guys have done this for any live streams yourselves, let me know, okay? All right, live. Where are we? There we are. And we're gonna copy, share. I'm gonna copy the link. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna refresh. I'm just testing this off camera just to be fair because I don't want to, you know, if it doesn't work, then we'll have to figure something else out here. But this is my first time doing this. We're doing this on the fly. We're being reckless and fun, but hopefully fun. We're gonna filter duplicates. We're gonna look for filter based on specific text. All right. So, and we're gonna do nerdy knives. One word. Don't correct me. There we go. All right. And then we're gonna do the math and see if this works, and then I'm going to see, does it work? It says I did something wrong. The CAPTCHA that you entered is wrong. What is a... All right, has anyone done this before? Have y'all done this before? If anybody's done this, is this the right one? Let me, I'm going to see real quick because I don't want to waste your time, but at the same time, I want to make this fun for everybody. So let's do YouTube live pick comment winner. All right, I'm thinking up dot people. So did somebody say that they said that you've done this before? Ian, are you familiar with using this? That's that's CAPTCHA. Just need to type the weird looking letters in it again. So what are the weird looking letters that you're talking about? So Ian, if you know what that CAPTCHA is it a short for something? Cop, capocha, capocha. Are you talking about the hashtag?
Sorry, I'm trying to make this work. I wanted to make this fun for everybody who's here. I want to give you a chance to win, so to be the backup winner, because we have three people. None of them are here for the giveaway, and so okay, I'll just tell you. I'll show you. So if you can tell me if what I'm missing here. Okay, so what I wanted to put in here was nerdy knives like that, right? This is the link to the current live stream. Um, and then down here I did the math, which is 15. So if you've done this before, what am I missing? I'm willing to learn here. It doesn't work on a live chat. Okay, that's what I thought. But I've seen people use a live chat one, so I wanted to do that. How about this? Okay, if everyone's willing to do this, go back to the giveaway, the link that's here. Go into that, put another comment in there. Everybody put nerdy knives, lowercase, all lowercase, nerdy knives, one word, no space. Go into the comment, put nerdy knives into the giveaway video. If you will all just do that, it's fine. You have more than one comment. You don't have to edit your comment. You can put a fresh comment in there and just do nerdy knives. We'll do that. That gives you a second chance to win. You'll be my backup winners, okay? So nerdy knives, all lowercase, one word, all right? Just put that into the video link that's in here. So I'll go back over here. Not this one. Close that. It'll be the giveaway video. It'll be this right over here. It'll be this way. So in this video right here, go in and add right in here. Go ahead and put lowercase, right? All lowercase, nerdy knives, like this. All lowercase. Go ahead and enter that into the giveaway video. A second entry, just everybody do that. I'll give you a chance for everyone to enter that really, really quick. If you can all do that, you guys will have a second entry. How about that? I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to put mine in there. I'm going to take it out, but I just want to show you as an example. Go into the video and put in nerdy knives. All right, so we got some. Good, good, good. I see a bunch here. All right, so keep putting them in there. Keep putting them in there. Anybody who hasn't done it yet, I'm going to wait. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes, okay? Put nerdy knives. This is your chance to be the alternative backup, right? Oops, I want to see the comments. So go ahead and put nerdy knives, all lowercase. Everything looks good. Everybody's got nerdy knives. Oh, Corey, real quick. You put a space in between there. It's going to filter you out. Can you go in and fix yours, Corey? Make sure there's no space in there. Okay, Corey? Nerdy knives. Everything looks good so far. I'm going to refresh that. What do we got? Nerdy knives, nerdy knives, nerdy knives. Everybody, nerdy knives. Yep, just need Corey to fix his, and then we're good. All right. Can everybody do that? I appreciate you guys being patient enough. We're doing this on the fly. This is a chance to be the backup. So if somebody doesn't claim their knife, I'd like to give it away to somebody else, okay? And this way I'm going to have 3 alternatives. So if you haven't done that, just go in there and put nerdy knives in the comment. All you got to do is go back to the giveaway. It's in our link here. Just go in there and put nerdy knives. And Corey, I just need you, if you put a second comment, that's cool. Just go in there and fix yours. Just make sure it doesn't say, it doesn't have a space in there. Nerdy knives rule. That's cool. We got some more. Yeah, we got a bunch more. Yeah. Oh, all right. All right. We got a bunch here. Good, good, good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Just if you're here, Corey, if you could fix yours. You fixed it. You did. Okay, good. It says you fixed it. Let me refresh it. Let me refresh it. Everything looks good. All right. Cool, cool. All right, good. All right, so we're all set. Everybody had a chance. If you're still here, we're doing an alternative kind of backup. There's three people who got picked. Aruda won the slip joint, Knife Guy 81 won the corgi, and David Helka won the pinion. But none of them have been here. And so as a result, I want to pick 3 alternatives as the backup winners, okay? 3 alternatives as the backup winners. So what we're going to do is everybody ready. Everybody ready. Everybody had a chance to enter that second backup. We're all good? Timothy, did you get a chance to do that? If you are just here, you've just joined. We had 3 winners, but last time I had 2 of the winners never claimed their prize, and all 3 winners weren't in the live stream. So in case somebody doesn't claim their prize, I want to have 3 alternatives, and anybody on the live stream, I'm wanting to pick from you guys so that you guys have a chance to win. Has everyone entered? Who has not entered? Who needs more time? Nerdy Knives is what you do. Yeah, Timothy, make sure you do it in the video giveaway, not in the chat. So the link in this live chat in the description, there's going to be a link to the giveaway video. You click on that. Even if you entered a comment in that video already, enter a second comment and just put in Nerdy Knives, all one word, all lowercase. If you haven't done that, let me know. I'll wait a minute for you. I want to give you a chance. If you've done it and you're good, we will start the drawing. I know, none of the winners here. That's kind of a bummer. I was hoping somebody would be here. So, you know, this might be a nice way for those who are here, you have a chance to win. Because sometimes people don't come back and check it. Maybe I'm small enough, they might not even think they won and may not come back. So there's probably a good chance. Of course, Murphy's Law is always that if I didn't do that, yeah, no one would come back. But if I do this, you know, probably 2 of the 3 are going to claim their prize, right? All right, are we all good? We're ready to go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, everyone's entered, right? Bob, you went ahead and went to the video and you put in Nerdy Knives in that video in the link that's in this description, right? We're good, Bob? Just let me know, Bob, if you're good. If you've entered the link that's in this live chat, I just want you to go in. Even if you already put a comment in there, go ahead and put a second comment and just put Nerdy Knives, all one word, lowercase, if you haven't done that. Do you need a second to do that, Bob? Because I saw you put Nerdy Knives in here. I just want to make sure you're doing it in the right place so you have a chance. I mean, I can go over here and see if you're over here, but there's so many. Yep, you did. All right, you're good. Oh, Bob, quickly fix your Nerdy Knives. It's uppercase. Make sure it's a lowercase. I don't know if that matters, but I want you to have a chance to win. Okay, Bob, just let me know as soon as you fix that. Did he fix it already? He already fixed it? It's all lowercase now? Brian G, make sure it's lowercase. Brian G, yours is uppercase also. Make sure it's lowercase, because I don't know if that matters. Okay, I'm going to delete my comment. We don't need mine anymore. So I'm going to delete mine. Yeah, get rid of mine. All right, because I don't want to be picked. I want you guys to win. All right, so just make sure if you haven't done it, go make sure that's lowercase. Don't know if that's going to matter, but I just want to make sure you have a chance to win. And if that limits you from winning, I don't want that to be the cause, okay? That's all I ask. Do you need a second to fix it? Or are we good? All right, we're good. All right, here we go. All right, so let me go ahead and take a link from there. I'm going to copy that. We're going to go back over here. We're going to refresh this. Well, let's just refresh the whole screen. We're going to go ahead and put the link in here. Paste it. Everyone can check to see that's the correct video, right? And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to include, we're going to go ahead and filter duplicates, right? But we're going to do, what means is that if you go in there and you put Nerdy Knives twice, you're not going to get a chance. But we're going to do based on specific comment. And it's going to be Nerdy Knives. Make sure that looks correct. Is that correct? Anybody thinks that's not correct? Right? We're good? All right. And then we're going to do, a little bit of math. It's 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. All right. Is everybody ready? I'm going to do all 3, and then we're going to remove the winner from the list of each draw. That way we can just go bam, 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 3. All right? Sound good for everybody? I don't want to waste everybody's time. I just want to give you a chance. So here we go. Ready? Get the YouTube comments. What do we got? 14. 1 in 14 chance. 1 in 14 chance. All right. Here we go. The first one is going to be Hungry Bird. Hungry Bird, your first alternative. With the way things have been going, you are very likely to have a chance at winning a knife here because I have had the unfortunate that some of the folks have not contacted me back. So you are our first alternative. All right, awesome. Congratulations, Hungry Bird. All right. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the winner from the list, and then I'm going to do another math, and we're going to do this again. 7 plus 9 is 16. So 16. We're going to get your comments. Should be the same. 14, right? And then we're going to go ahead and do that. Everybody ready for alternative number 2? Bird is a word. I like that. Yeah, that's a good song. All right, Edmonds 62. Edmonds 62. You are alternative number 2. Edmonds 62. Edmonds 62. Now, if you guys please email me because if these other guys don't email me, then I'll be able to reach out to you and contact you right away, okay? All right, so you're my alternative number two. Alternative number two. All right, so we're going to go ahead and then we're going to do 1 plus 3 is 4. We're going to get YouTube counts, which should be 14. It is. All right, everybody ready for alternative number 3? Mind of Milton. Mind of Milton, your alternative number 3. Congratulations. All right. If all 3 don't contact me, then very good chance that well, if all 3 don't contact me, then the way I will do this is okay, I think to be fair, I'm going to give, to be fair, I'm going to make this the first, second, and third, okay? So obviously you're the first alternative, so you would, out of the prizes, you would have first choice. Out of all the prizes, you'd have second and third. So if all 3 don't contact me, you would get the pinion if you want, unless you didn't want it. But then you would get the corgi, and then you would get the slip joint. And let's say you didn't want the pinion, you want it, then you would get that choice. And then Edmund, you would get the choice between maybe the pinion and the slip joint. And then Mind of Milton, you would get the third alternative. Sound fair? Does that sound good? That way we have alternatives. Someone's going to get a prize. I'm going to get these shipped out to you guys. You're going to get a prize. If the 3 people don't claim their prize, you will get the prize, okay? So just remember, email me at robsnerdyknives@gmail.com, okay? robsnerdyknives@gmail.com. So congratulations to the winners, but congratulations to alternatives. So real quick, for those folks who, if you're watching this video and you weren't here, Aruda won slip joint, Knife Guy 81 won the corgi, and David Helka won the pinion. Those are the 3 winners. If you don't contact me in 7 days, my 3 alternatives are going to be Hungry Bird, Edmund 62, and Mind of Milton. If all 3 don't contact me, all 3 of these guys will win. If one person contacts me, then one of these 2 people will have a chance to win. Assuming everybody emails me, okay? Make sure you email me at robsnerdyknives@gmail.com. So that's the giveaway. Thank you for being here. I will hang around for a few minutes if you want to talk about knives. I would love to do that. I don't want to take away from other streams. I didn't realize how long this was going to take. I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys had fun. Again, another learning experience for a noob YouTuber like myself. I'm learning here. It's going to get better. And I'm getting better, but you get to see the stumbling blocks and see someone learning and going through all of this. Hopefully that's entertaining, but I enjoyed this. I really do. That's been a lot of fun, and I really want to get these knives out to you guys. But I appreciate you guys subscribing. It means the world to me. I really, really, really appreciate it. You guys have been awesome. I can't believe there's 1,300 people subscribing to my channel. Thank you. I'm really humbled by that. I feel like in a few months, who knows, maybe 3, 4, 5 months, we might be at 2,000. That would be awesome. So I appreciate that. And if you guys got to go, feel free to go. But if you want to hang around and talk knives, I am cool with that. I love talking knives. So if anybody has any questions or anything, anybody has, well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you for being here. And do not feel like you have to stay. If you want to go, go. But if you want to stay, by all means, because I want to ask, has anyone gotten the new Mini Evo? Or the new Mini Evo. Did anybody get that one in? I'm curious what's your thoughts on that one. Good night, Danielle. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully we'll have another giveaway. I might just make this, maybe we'll do this every couple of weeks or so to give something away, maybe a small knife or something if we have it, right? That might just be fun. Just a small giveaway. So we could do that. My personal collection, Beard, I know I couldn't stand up to folks like you guys. My collection is going to be very, very minuscule, but I would be happy to talk about it, sure. You did see earlier, I had some of the knife candy out that we had earlier. Let's put this back out here. I'm going to try to clear the desk off. This was some of the early knife candy that I had out. Just a few of my little favorites. You can see an aesthetic that I like. I like titanium. I like black, dark carbon fiber. I'm pretty leaning toward that, right? Now, I have some knives here, and we can go through more of them, absolutely. I had the black mace, black mirror. I love that one. That was a nice knife. I did enjoy that, but I ended up selling that so I could get something else, okay? So just be straight up. Some of the knives I've had, so if you're curious, what makes it into my collection? I have a slot of 36 knives, right? And they're not always full, but that's the max that I'll give myself the liberty to have if I do. But out of those knives, something has to go if I'm going to replace that, right? That's where I come from. And that's just where I'm in my knife journey. Some of you guys will collect knives, and you will collect knives to keep. Hey, thank you, Timothy. Appreciate you being here. Have a great night. Everybody else who's going, thank you, everybody. But my collection is knives that I carry, right? Why 36? Well, it's because my case only fits 36 knives. Technically, I have a couple sleeves that I could fit another 12 in, so I guess I could expand that. But 36 seems like a good number to to allow myself not to have knives that I won't carry. So here's the thing. Some of you guys collect knives because you collect them and you'll never get rid of them. And that's perfectly fine. I know like Metal Complex and other folks collect knives that they will never carry. That's cool. That's not my thing. You know, I'm not at that point in my journey. Every knife I own, I carry and I use. Now, I may not hard use it, but I carry. I don't own a knife that I won't carry. If I have a knife I won't carry, I will sell it. So I had a Chris Reeve Umnumzon. I had a what else did I have? I had a Rick Hinderer Jurassic. I had a few other knives, a Dan Carrier, the 904 Integral. Some of those I didn't carry them, and I sold them. Right. So all of these I carry. And like this one right here, I really liked, and I almost got rid of it. And I knew another guy who had it and got rid of it, but I did something that no one else did. And I had a video if you haven't seen it yet. I rounded my clip. Can you all see that? I got to tell you, if they had done this on this knife would have been a knockout, absolute knockout. But if you're willing to round your clip, this knife is now almost perfect. It is as close to being a custom as you can imagine because that slides in and out of my pocket like butter. It really made the difference. So yeah, I've done that. I've done that with guns too. So yeah, we're as tools, other tools. I've used that on other tools. We got to be careful using certain words. We're in YouTube and all that stuff. But yeah, I have. I've done that like with beaver tails, so that if I were to EDC something like that, it wouldn't dig in or something like that. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying. But this right here made this really, really nice. And I tell you, like the Mini Tempest, I believe that was a knife by Sharp by Design that a lot of people love, but it had a big clip issue. And if I were to get that, I think I could fix that clip issue and it would be fine because I've seen people who've done that. Hey, thanks, Drewby Tunes. Appreciate you being here. Have a great night. Appreciate you being here. Definitely. Thank you. So, all right. So, if you want, I'll go through the rest of my knives because if you guys want to see them. So, there's the Makani. We've got the. This was a one that was kind of released with Enrique Pena and Javi Garcia. They did a collab. It's not out in the knife stores yet, knife retailers. He had a direct release from him, but I got this one, and they are going to be coming out. By the way, I did talk to Javi Garcia about that. He did say that these are going to be coming out probably in a couple of months, but there'll be different variants of it. If you haven't checked this out, this is like a bigger Pena X. It's got the perfect ergonomics. It's solid. Everything about this is phenomenal. If you haven't checked that out, I definitely recommend it. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, congrats again, Rob. What if I sent you a 48? Drewby Tunes. Well, I guess I suppose I'd have to fill it, huh? Wouldn't I? I would have to do that. Yeah. Now that might be 48. I mean, now would I give you the 36 pack or would I have to fill the 36 and the 48? I'd have to talk to my wife. I might want to make sure that I can still sleep in my bed if I did that. So I would have to check with her. Might not be some higher end knives. There might be some cheaper end knives in there, to mix it in to be able to ensure that we have food on the table and I can allowed to be sleeping in my bed, right? So, but I probably would try to fill that up. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. So, a duffel bag. Oh man, that would be crazy. Let them live in a pile. Well, I have a really nice case that I got for Christmas, and I love it. And it displays 4 knives, and I put the 4 pretty knives up there, and I realized those 4 knives, they were knives that it kind of made me realize some of those knives I could sell because I like to look at them, but I wouldn't use them. And then when I put them up there, the ones I wanted to carry, when I kept looking at them, I wanted to take them out and keep using them. It's one of those wooden cases that had the knife fours in the little drawer. the knives that I had in the drawer, I would use more than the ones that were displayed. That was interesting. It's almost like if I'm going to use that case, I want to take that acrylic kind of top off of it, and I think I would use it better than that. So these are the ones here. Are y'all familiar with the Dan Carrier, the DTF? It stands for down to flip. I know that acronym could be messed up as something else, but it's down to flip. I know Red Skelton, he had one of these, and well, anyways, we'll just leave it at that. Down to flip. Now this is a front flipper. It's a flipper, regular flipper, and then it has the fuller. Now it's a smaller knife, right? I have medium to medium large hands, and my hands are large widthwise, but they're medium lengthwise. They're short fingers, stubby fingers, but they are meaty, fat fingers, whatever you want to call them. So I'm definitely at a large, and so this is right over the edge. I'm almost completely over the edge, but it fits, and I can choke up on this, but I like this. This is such a nice gentleman carry that I could sometimes carry to work or to church. It's just really a nice dressy little knife, and sometimes I want a little dressy knife. I like this one. If you haven't checked this out, Dan Carrier still has these, by the way, for sale. You saw the Tau. I've been waiting for a Pulsar through customs for like 6 weeks now, I think. So we're still waiting for customs for that to clear. I don't know what's going on there, but a lot of people have been having a lot of issues with customs there. So one of these days I'll get to try that out. Hey, Beefer Baron. Beefer Baron, we just had the giveaway. We did draw three winners, and then we had 3 alternatives, and now we're just talking knives. You're welcome to join us, but we did have the giveaway. I will probably be doing another giveaway, I'm thinking in a couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that. But you missed the giveaway, unfortunately. But hey, thanks for being here. If you want to talk knives, talk shop, we can absolutely do that. You don't have the Pena yet? So if you get a chance to get this, they had this with the Damasteel. They also had it in Timascus. They also had it in a like a black and I guess it was aluminum infused carbon fiber. I guess that's what you call it. Some people call it a topocarbon fiber. I don't know. It's different versions. I've heard of it. And then they had this carbon fiber. I like this. This is if you can't tell, my aesthetics are. I like the titanium, but I like the carbon fiber a lot. I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorites. I got to tell you, I know some of you guys are not going to be fans of WE. I get it. The CPM 20 CV, I get their hardness. I hear it all. But I got to tell you, when I get these knives, I do a lot of stropping, and I see how strong, how well the edge takes, and how long that edge retains. And I guess I've been lucky because this one has done really well. Even for this PVD sandblasted, it's retained its edge pretty well. I know a lot of times that can drop the HRC on there, right? But this is done pretty well. I like this one a lot. This has become like such a fidget one. It came out of the box perfectly drop shut. I mean, and I discovered accidentally, sort of like the Shaman, you know, where you can front flip it if you want to. It's not really meant for it, but you can absolutely front flip this if you want to, which I thought that's kind of cool, right? Did you want to see some of the other knives? Were you interested legitimately? Because I can pull some of those out. I have to drop my mic just for a second. You're probably going to hear me dropping stuff over here. Oh my goodness. I'm dropping all sorts of stuff on the floor. All right, I'm back. All right, so I have my leather strap compound here. All right, so it's a little vault case, and I have the inside. So I have my typical Spyderco's. So this was an anniversary present. So I have 2 anniversary presents that are very meaningful to me. They're knives that I will never get rid of. This is my Para 2 military technically. Oops, doing it left-handed, but Para 2 military. And I have a CME. If you're familiar with OCD for EDC, he does these CMEs. You may love or hate them. I love these. These are awesome. These are absolutely awesome if you haven't gotten that. And this is a CPM 45, if you can see the CPM S45VN. Normally CPM S45VN can be crap if it's not heat treated well, but this is Spyderco, and as everybody knows, Spyderco does a bang up job on their heat treat. They just, I mean, I don't know, they just do it right. Everything I've seen from them has just been phenomenal. And this is the TR3 auto. So I have 2 autos really. Not super into autos, but I have 2 autos that I like. And I like this one because it's MagnaCut. By the way, it's a MagnaCut one. So, what's my favorite knife right now? My favorite knife right now, that is a tough one. Well, it's kind of between the Trogon or the. I'm going to move my keyboard over here. It's going to be the Trogon or it's going to be probably this one over here. I'm going to get this one out. If you haven't seen this one, this is probably between these two. The EMP by EDC Relative. I don't know if you've had a chance to get one of these. This is the 20CV version. It's not the LMAX steel that's on pre-order. Again, this one also had beautiful action coming right out of the box. Beautiful. And it's got, I normally don't like a strong detent, but this detent is just, it's just nice and crispy. It works really well for this fuller. And it just gives it just a nice snap. And the front flip is just really, really nice. And you can flick it both left and right-handed, and it flips really well left-handed too. So this is one of my favorites, and then the Trogon. I would say these are my two fidgety most favorite ones, but I got to say I like a lot of these. I always want to carry these, and I end up having to put some of these away because if I carry them too much, then I could carry any one of these knives for like weeks if I wanted to, but I want to carry every one of them for weeks, but I don't have enough pockets, right? I've really liked this one a lot too. Ironically enough, since I fixed the clip, this one has been so much fun. And I don't know if you all are a middle finger flicker, but this flicks really well because of the flat grind. I don't know if about you, if you've done that. Yeah, the LMAX. So that one looks really cool too. LMAX, great steel, right? I think it's awesome. So. But this is one of those favorite ones. I really, really, really like this one a lot. Those would be my two favorite, but I have the one that I love, and I don't carry it as often because it's kind of it's not a custom, but it's sort of a custom. It's what they call mid-tech. Some people, whatever. You know, I was watching Knife Nuts podcast, and Brian Nadeau, he was talking about some people were calling even his knives that he hand makes as mid-tech because he uses machining on them. Some people's definition of custom is that everything is done by hand. There's no machining. Well, I don't know about that, right? Because some of the work he does is ridiculous. But I like this one a lot. This is my Arnaud Bernard Imamba. I turned several folks on to this one. The exchange rate between Africa and the USA is so phenomenal right now to get a hold of this. It's awesome. It's RWL 34 steel. So if you're familiar with that, it's like a really nice version between 154 and LMAX, right? It's really nice, and it's beautiful polished. It is a hollow grind. This is a hollow grind. It comes to a beautiful thin edge. I mean, and this is all hand done. There's three brothers, the Arnaud Bernard brothers. Arnaud Bernard is the father, and the three brothers. They touch this knife over 200 times, and they do it there in Africa. But the exchange rate is phenomenal if you can get a hold of one of these. And the action, this one really is buttery. I mean, I don't know if you can ever, it's hard to describe to people. People will say, well, the detent and the action is all a matter of the detent, right? But I find that there's something with the engineering. Is the detent ball perfectly rounded? Is it perfectly spherical? Is the machining perfectly level? Are the ball bearings in the if they're caged or whatever? Is the milling in the inside of the scales and on the blade perfect so that everything rolls perfectly smooth? And all that has to be perfectly leveled and within incredible tolerances to get that really genuinely smooth thing. I really like the little Asher knives. I don't know if you've had one of those. They're cool little knives. I've had a good experience with one, and then I had one that was really nice, but the milling inside the pivot wasn't perfect, and it was so grindy. I couldn't get over it. And to me, it's like, I get it's a great deal for the budget. It really is, and it's a great knife for what you pay. It really is. I can't fault it for the value that you get. But there's just something nice about a really smooth knife, right? So I don't know if that answers your question. Did you want to? Another one that I like, if you're curious, is I really like I know there's a little controversy with him right now, Leon Ma. And I think he's trying to go out of his way to repair that. But, I don't want to get into politics on that. I think he's done a good job to try to repair it. He screwed up and he's trying to fix it. So there you go. But this is a great knife, the GSD. Any of you guys ever check one of these out? I've never liked the ball bearing thing on this thing, and this works really well on this knife. Have you guys tried that one? Oh, are you really? That's cool. Leon Mall, really? That's awesome. He's a nice guy. I've had good experiences with him, you know, and I get that. And I, I like his designs. I really do. I really do. And this is one of those knives that I really like. I don't know what you call this. It's according to my poster from, you know, NAF's knives from Ben Peterson. This right here would be what they call, well, it's almost a straight back, but it still has a drop point on there, right? But it's, I don't know what the blade shape really, I don't know what you call this because it's not really on here. But I like this blade shape a lot. So what modified version of this one would you call this one, Bearded Doom? What would you call this? I'm curious because I like this blade shape because it's a lot similar to a Sakshi that I have by Wii. Not the Civivi Sakshi, but the Wii one. This one here. I like this blade shape, and this one really appeals to me a lot. This is a really fun knife too. If you haven't, this is like I think the best budget knife. I mean, the value you get for this knife is really kind of ridiculous to me. I really like this knife a lot, and it's got a fuller that works really nicely. And this is one of those fidgety knives I can fidget all day long with. Hey, hello, pretty fly for a knife guy. There you go. Yeah, the three guys won. That's three winners, and then we have three alternatives. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Got some of these knives. They're out of screen here. You can't really see them, can you? Put some over here. So, you know what, Beard Doom is exactly where I'm coming from. I mean, I try to do the blade thing, you know. Well, this is a drop point, but you know, is it? I don't know. It does have a drop on there, right? And it falls within that, but then it comes up here on top, which puts it into, what's that category? I'm looking at my poster here, but even that poster is kind of outdated because there's all these modified things. I just say it's modified if it's not a traditional blade shape, right? It's modified, whatever works. So there we go. How about you guys? What are some of your favorite knives? What's your favorite carry right now for you guys? Or what's your newest carry or what have you? I'd love to hear that. Hey, Hero Sticks, welcome to the live. You know what? This is my second live ever, so you're joining a noob in the live. You, as a first time in the live, you're joining someone who's very new to live as well. So welcome. We're both new to this, and appreciate you joining my live of all things. So thank you. All right, Beard, are you going live tonight? As if that's the case, then everybody should go check you out for sure. Absolutely, I've dropped in on your lives quite a bit. Sometimes I say hello. Sometimes I'm just listening because maybe I'm in bed trying to be quiet so my wife doesn't hear me. So I'm just listening and I'm talking. But so that's why you may not hear me comment a lot. I'm just like trying to listen in, kind of really slick and quietly and stealthy. Uh, oh, okay, pocket metal. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. So what about you guys? What about your knives? Anybody have a favorite knife or a new knife or a knife that they enjoy above all other knives recently or now? Are there any one of those for you? Oh, Yvonne's channel has something going on tonight. That's cool. That's nice. Oh, what? So Danny, what did you say you have? The Serge Pachenko. Oh, I think I've heard of that. Isn't that's like a gargantuan knife, isn't it? I mean, I'm not gargantuan. Well, probably compare to something like this, right? I mean, but what's the? I have to check that thing out. Why do you like that one? But you say it's pure greatness. Is it a custom or is it a production knife? Kind of curious about that. What about you, Beard Doom or Hero Sticks or Pretty Fly for Knife Guy? I like that. That rhymes. It's poetic. That's pretty poetic there. Poetic with a with a cool little, I want to say, like a little emoji or whatever your picture there is. So production version of a custom. Okay. You know what? I really like the fact that they're doing more production version of customs. I know some people may not like that, but I like that because it allows a really nice design to come out and become accessible to people like myself that I would never be able to get. I wish in some way, and I know it's not going to happen, but I wish like I would love to see Shergoroth do something like that. I mean, I know that would be totally against everything. I would be totally against Herman to do something like that. But I like it when they do that, or at least have their design. Maybe they could license a less expensive version of theirs that would probably still be pretty expensive, but something that could be within the realm of possibility for some of us. Spyderco PM2 Tonto. Oh, is that the one the M4 that was what is the place? Not Knife Joy. Who is it that had? Is that the one that came with the orange G10? The Trisec. Okay, the Trisec. That's cool. So like I was telling you up here, this was my anniversary present from my wife. I really like this knife a lot. Uh, I don't normally have two of the same knives, and I know, oh, no, that's not it. Wrong one. But this is a good knife too, by the way. I have a little Para 3. I have the Para 3 version of this too, and I like it when I want to carry a smaller one. Of course, I have the Pacific Suns. I would have gotten the Lynch clip had I known Lynch made these, but I did the Pacific Suns on Etsy first. But this is a fun knife, and I really like the Arctic Storm. But I like the Para 3 a lot. It's a bigger knife, definitely more robust to do more work. But man, that thin edge, that flat grind is just, it's a slicer, and it's such a sharp edge. I love that. Oh, that's cool, Serge Pachenko. That name sounds so familiar. Has he designed other like production knives? Because the name sounds really familiar. I wonder if I've either had or touched or handled or owned at one point something from him, because that name sounds really, really familiar. I'm gonna have to look that up after this because I feel like that's someone I should know. Just like I like the smock knife. I mean, that's always, this was one of my first big knives that I got, and I actually put scales on there and I put the red. This was like one of the first knives that I tried to modify, but I love this knife because it had the hollow grind, the smock, it felt like, it had a flipper and all that stuff. I remember this being one of those really, ooh knives for me because I didn't think I would ever get something like that. Oh, the Surge coins. Oh, okay. Oh, is he the one that where the coins were like, are they the ones that have that kind of real fine design and they're like the big giant brass ones that everybody was talking about? A mini J cape in burlap micarta, pairing it with the Hunter handmade knives dressed in EDC fixed blade knife. Oh, wow. That sounds really, really nice. I would love to see that. Do you have an Instagram? I'm curious, Hero Sticks, do you do Instagram? Because I'd love to see if you post anything like that. Um, I would love to check that out if you do. Yeah, that would be really cool to get one of his coins, I'm sure. I have wanted to get some coins, and the ones I want usually are the ones that are sold out or they're no longer available because I guess I'm late to the coin game. But I would love to do that. I would definitely like to get some of those coins because some of them are just really, really cool. Like a knife that I've really enjoyed recently, one that I'm carrying today, by the way. And I know probably you guys have all had this, or you like it, or you either hate it or you love it, I think. And you probably have had it. If you love it, you've had it for a while. But are you familiar with the F5.5 from Urban EDC? Yeah, this is one of those that it went on sale and I got a really crazy deal on. And so I went and got this. And I got the JG10 because I'm going to dye this one. I definitely want to dye this. But I get it now. I do. I didn't think I would get a knife with a single deployment method. I really like multiple deployment methods. But when I got this, I was like, oh, okay, all right, all right. I see why everybody keeps talking about it and why I finally, and then Urban EDC just kept bugging me. And then they gave me this incredible deal on this one. And I was like, okay, I'm going to buy it. Yeah, it's really nice. And you know what I like about this one? It's really easy. Oops. It's really easy to middle finger flick too. So I do have multiple deployments on this. I didn't realize that. It's very easy to middle finger flick. And because it's a liner lock, it's very easy to do left-handed as well. So I like that. This is really nice. I think if I had known all this when they had the Sagai pattern ones, the titanium ones, I might have entertained that. But you know, I'm the kind of guy, once I have one knife like this, I'm never going to get a second one. I won't. I don't like having two of the same knives. You know, some of you guys may be different, but that's just me. If I have one knife, I'm good. No matter what that knife is. Just like I like all these Crewwear and the M4 and all these versions that come out, but I have a pair of 2 and a pair of 3, and I'm good, you know, unless I were to be able to sell those and buy the other one, that would be the only way I would do that. That's just me. Oh, they do. I have noticed that. I was wondering if, because when I first got it, it was not as drop shutty, but it keeps getting better, which to me seemed kind of almost unusual for the way this PVD is. When I took this apart, because I did take it apart to kind of clean it out and look at the inside, because I wanted to see if this titanium, the liner, it's all titanium. The clip is titanium. I didn't know that. This is not steel or liner or anything. That's why it kind of has some nice weight to it. But when I looked inside of it and all that stuff, because I was thinking I was going to replace the washers, I was going to put some skiffs on there. The washers that are in there are better than the skiffs. I mean, I don't know, they just work better than the skiffs. I put skiffs in it and it didn't improve it. Let's put it that way. The skiffs did 9 out of 10 times. Skiffs makes a knife way better, but this did not. And I really, really liked how this kind of breaks in. Now they do put a little, I guess, coating right where the detent ball rides, and that track is perfect. And that's what parts that gives it that beautiful buttery shut closeness. That's really nice. I like that a lot. So when you sent yours back, what was it? Was it because the action wasn't as nice and smooth, or was it the size of the knife? Because I could see if you have large hands, particularly large hands, because I have some of my subscribers, and I don't know if they're here today, but there's a couple of guys who have gigantic hands, and they say they have like triple X hands, and I believe it because I have some friends who, I would say they have Shaquille O'Neal hands, right? You know, they're, I mean, I don't know. One of these knives here like this would look like a little, like this in their hand. I mean, or even more. But um, was that because of the size of it, do you think? Or was it more the, uh, just, you're not into the fuller hole deployment method kind of thing? I mean, because I can see that. If you're not into that, I totally get it. Just like I kind of got bored of flippers, right? And for a while, I wanted to not do flippers anymore, and I even didn't want to do thumb studs. I really wanted to avoid knives with thumb studs, and I don't know about you. And then I got a few knives with thumb studs that I was like, oh, wait, is this how thumb studs are supposed to work? I got to tell you, if you can get the Alacran, you really should check this out if you get a chance. At least if you can get a hold of it, try it. I've had few knives where the thumb stud placement's been phenomenal. Like I have the Pyrite. I have a limited edition Pyrite that's an S35VN with the titanium scale and the black micarta inlay. The thumb stud placement on there, I show people that knife, and anybody can deploy it. If they've never been able to use a thumb stud, they use that knife, they can immediately deploy the knife, and they're like, oh, they're like, oh, I get it, and they love it, right? But this one, the track on this, I don't know what Javi Garcia did, but it is like just the perfect track for your thumb, and even for a reverse flick, it's the perfect track for that, and it's a nice crisp, but controllable kind of flick. And it works really great even with the front flipper. The front flipper is just phenomenal. I mean, so it got me back into thumb studs, things like that. And even the Trogon is like that too. I really like the thumb studs on here. And the high fin, obviously. That's really nice. And of course, I have a classic, like everybody else probably has. And I have one just because it's kind of what started me into the knives was Benchmade. And this is the one Benchmade that I really like, is my little bug out with the milled aluminum scales and the M390 blade. And if I was going to have one, this would probably be it. And I like this one a lot. It's got great action. I mean, I've polished the washers, and it's drop shutty now and everything, so it's really nice. That's a nice one. Well, that's fair enough, Danny. That's absolutely fair enough. I have had that issue. Uh, there's a knife that I had recently, and I actually did I had a quiet carry large IQ. I like a quiet carry. I've had a small IQ, a regular IQ, I guess you could say, and I had a drift. I like the drift a lot, but I just never carried it. It's one of those knives. My thing is, if I don't carry a knife, I will sell it. If I'm not going to carry it and use it, I will sell it because I can get other knives and do that, right? Um, but oh wait, are you talking about Skeleton's new design? Did he get a new? Did you get one of his new ones that he just came out with? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, Beard Doom. Did you get that new one that he has? Because I was really curious about that. Now it seems like it's a flipper only, right? It's a flipper only. Does it have any other deployment on it? But it looks really cool, and I like his stuff. I like Jim Skeleton stuff. I mean, yeah, I was curious how awesome that was going to be, if that's the one you're talking about. But to you, Hero Sticks, I would say, um, yeah, I returned it because it just dug into my finger. For some people, that may not be a big deal, but I got big, meaty fingers, and I fidget with my knives, right? I don't I don't flick it once and put it away. I mean, these are expensive fidget toys for me. So I'm going to be quite honest. That's what I do. I fidget with these guys, and I love fidgeting with these things. I It's kind of what I do. It's a lot of fun, and I feel like if you're gonna spend money on something like that, you want to be able to do that, right? The one I returned is the large IQ. Beautiful design. I love the design. I love the milling on there. Everything is perfect. The only issue I had was so the cutaway inside here for the liner lock. They do a what's called a radial cutout. It's not a flat kind of cutout like a chamfered cutout. It's a radial cutout. Now, normally that's fine, right? On the little IQ, it's very small, very light lock bar. So when you're pushing on it, it's not a really hard lock bar to disengage, right? But when the larger IQ, the lock bar is much thicker, much stronger, and it has more resistance. And they still did the radial. Now they chamfered it very, very, very little, but it's still sharp enough that when I ran my finger through it, I can scrape my nail right off, right? I can scrape nail parts off because it's that sharp. Kind of like if someone doesn't chamfer the back of an edge, like on a less expensive knife, I would say, yeah, I guess I don't know. Do I have one that's like that? Maybe like a Banter, maybe like a Civivi. Here, I've got a little baby Banter here. Let's see. Yeah, so the baby Banter, you know how they don't chamfer the edges in the back right here? It's pretty sharp, and you can scrape nail right off like that. Let's see, I can do that. So you can see that I can get nail off like that because it's pretty sharp, which is great if you're doing a fire stick, right? But you don't expect that with a budget knife, right? A budget knife, that's fine, right? But when you get a higher end knife, you want that nice and chamfered and rounded because it's more expensive and it should little things like that. Well, they did, but it works great if you have smaller, thinner fingers. I don't. I got meaty, stubby fingers. I mean, I do. So I can't get little itty bitty things, and that's why a small knife like this with a front flipper works really well for me because I don't have to stick my finger way in there to get in there. And then when the lock bar is raised a little bit and there's more of a cutout and it's easy access to it, it makes it really nice, right? But if I have to get my finger between the two scales and there's no cutout to the lock bar, it's really hard for me. And then if I'm digging, and the pressure I had to put was right at the edge. So the edge that it had, I'm putting right on there, and you can see in my review that I did, it was sticking in. And I asked them about it, and they said they checked it out, and they said they chamfered it. But when I spoke to Knife Nerdery Kevin, he and I were talking about it because he has a lot of quiet carry, and we talked about it, and he had his microscope, and he looked at the one sample he had, and his was chamfered a little bit more. So I'm thinking mine might have been chamfered. They might have gotten the chamfering, but it may not have been as much. And it was probably acceptable, but it was not like as chamfered as some of the other knives are. I don't know. Maybe I just got a bad one. A couple of folks thought that I got a bad one because they had no problems with theirs. And I'm guessing that's probably the case. Um, but, I returned it, and they were cool about it and everything. And I might even look at some of they're supposed to be coming out with a new knife in a month or two, so I may be checking that one out. Kind of talk to them about that. So hopefully we'll see about that, right? Oh, you're on the wait list for the 9? Oh, man, I actually have that over here. And I don't know if you saw my review on my 9, but um, I have a 9 that they don't really make. This is the carbon fiber insert on the milled and the stone washed titanium scale with the polished polished blade. It's beautiful. It almost looks like it's hand polished, right? Like it's hand satin finish or something like that. That's what it seems like. It seems really, I don't think it's hand finished, but it sure seems like it. But I got to tell you, I know some people hate this knife and some people feel like it's overrated, but some people don't. My experience is I love the action on this knife. It really is fantastic. It feels lighter because there's an incredible amount of cutout done on the inside. Now, on this side, you can see, I don't know if you can see that, the cutout is big here. On this side, it's very polished and doesn't look like it's cut out. That's because they have the scale here. But I really, really like that. And the scale configuration, I was able to get get them to do this. I ordered the black one originally, and because I had a black one before that came in, and it wasn't the pivot wasn't. They didn't put Loctite in there, and the pivot's loosened. And it was one of the first nice knives I bought was from them. It was the IQ, the black IQ. And I got it in and I flipped it a few times, and I didn't know you're supposed to check to see if there's any blade rock, is it pivot tight and all this other stuff. I just got the knife and I started flicking it. Well, the pivot was completely loose, and as I'm flicking it, I scraped the blade on the side, completely scraped it. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I realized, I mean, the blade's like rocking all over the place. And I said, hey, your blade's completely, now mind you, I'd only flipped it like 30 times. I kind of think a knife should last a little bit longer. I mean, you shouldn't have to tighten a knife as soon as you get it. I think that's a QC thing. That's my opinion. You call it what it is, right? I mean, I think that's a QC thing. You should check that. And you should have some Loctite in your knives, especially if your knives are a little more expensive. Just my 2 cents on that. But, you know, they took it back. And I had the regular titanium non-black PVD or whatever it was version of the IQ, and I love that one. It had the most buttery smooth washers I've ever had on that knife, and that was phenomenal. And that's what this one reminds me of. It's that buttery smooth. I didn't put skiffs in this one at all because it just dropped shut, and it dropped shut without blade rock. I mean, it's in there solid. So this is a legit drop shut, right? And I mean, you can definitely get a full lockup. I'm like at, yeah, probably 50%, right? So I got a 50% lockup, so it's nice and solid. And I really, really, really like the carbon fiber. I prefer this over micarta. Micarta I can do in little bits. Some people love micarta. I can do little bits of micarta, excuse me. I'm not a huge fan of micarta, but I like little bits of micarta. Like for instance on my, where is it? I'm gonna see if I can find that. I might just end up pulling out all of my knives. That's funny. You might see them all. This one right here, and I keep getting asked for people to buy it because it was one of those limited editions that they made and they're not making anymore. This is the Pyrite. This is the titanium, and it's all black PVD, and it's a S35 VN steel. And by the way, I've been honing this blade. It retains the edge really nicely, by the way. This is a pretty good S35 VN steel. You know, I get it's not, you know, not super, super high end, but this is one of those limited editions. They had a limited run of this. But it has a black micarta, and I like it. It's small. It's not overwhelmingly black micarta, so I like that. So to me, I'm good with that kind of micarta. That's where I'm at. You know, a Bearded Doom, I do that now. I really do. Most of the time, you'll see, especially if I get a knife that I really like, a lot of times I'll get 2 videos out. I'll do the unboxing, and then if I notice, oh, you know, I'll see if a little oil will work. But a lot of times you can kind of tell when a little oil will fix something and when it won't. And then you get a knife and you kind of go, yeah, I probably need to put some skiffs in there. You know, I'm not as skiff happy as maybe Lefty EDC is. He definitely, I bow to him. He's the king of skiff, you know, definitely. But I do like using skiffs, and you will see a second video where I'll put skiffs in there, and it's, you know, I like to do that. And I like to take it apart. I like to clean it. I like to oil it properly, right? You know, because some people are of the opinion no oil at all, and I get that, and that's fine. If that's where you're at, totally cool. But I do a little oil in the pivot, and then I do the higher viscosity, kind of like a 85 weight, like nano oil. I'll do that on the detent, and I find that to be really helpful. So, but I do like to take it apart, and I do like to tighten everything up, put some Loctite in there, and make sure the knife is going to hold up really well. So for me, that's, yeah, I totally can relate to that. Oh, Jim is sending you one? That's cool. Oh man. definitely. I'd love to. Can't wait to see that. Yeah, because I have really. I need to. I want to order a fixed blade from him. I know he makes some really phenomenal fixed blades. I need to do that. Um, has anyone ever ordered one of his fixed blades? That would be cool, Hero Sticks. Micro milling, yeah, that would really be cool. I think that would be awesome. You know, that's one of the reasons why I really like Unlocked Composites. Have you guys? Oh, the Kaladin, yeah, um, yeah. I did know that. That's cool. Have you guys checked Unlocked Composites at all? If you haven't, they are actually making Unlocked Composite scales for the Big Banter also. But I have them on my little Wee Banter. I got to tell you, the thing I hated about the Wee Banter, because this is a great little small carry knife, you know, when you want something small. I hated I couldn't get to the liner lock. It was so uncomfortable. I had a carbon fiber one. I sold it. I just couldn't stand it. When I knew about these, I immediately bought it. Look at the cutout here. This knife is now super fidgety, super easy to carry, very comfortable, and it's just about perfect. These scales are amazing. Now they're going to make these scales for the Big Banter, which is, I think it's going to be phenomenal. But so it's called Unlock Composites, right? So if you haven't checked them out, Unlock Composites. It's a single guy who has a mill. He does some awesome work. He just got a new machine, so it took him a while to get all that up and running because he upgraded. He makes a lot of these also for Ben Peterson for NAFS.com. For his website for the Lander. He's also making these for the Lander, and he's making it for the Big Bander too. He makes a lot of them for the Benchmade, a few for the Benchmade, but then he also does a lot of the Civivi, and he does some Kaiser ones. They are phenomenal. I cannot wait so I can have a full pair where I can get those scales on here. I mean, this is still a fun knife for me. This, if I didn't have to pull it out all the time and do, you know, like to flick it and stuff, I would probably be carrying this in the car. This would be my car knife right here. I love the ability to choke up like that. It's really nice. But if I could get these scales on this, oh man, it'd be great. You can already see that. I do kind of use this a bit. You can see I've scraped this. I'd like to get a titanium clip too, because as you can tell, any painted clips I'm going to destroy. But you know, hey, that's what a knife's for as far as I'm concerned. And by the way, if they put jimping on here, you could flip that much easier. But you can still front flip this one. I don't know if you knew that. If you can front flip a Big Banter, if you just get enough pressure and you have enough tackiness on there, it flips really, really easily. And it's kind of a fun deployment. I've always said that every one of these knives, this one especially, and especially the Little Banter, see, I can't get enough traction on. Oh, wait. Yeah. Well, I guess I can do the Little Banter too. I've never actually done that. This is first time video right here. I am, yep, I just did it. I front flipped the Baby Banter. Let's see if we can do it again. There we go. So you can front flip the Baby Banter. But you can definitely front flip the Big Banter if you haven't done that. Oh, so you sent your first one back, Danny? I did too. I couldn't, it hurt my fingers. I couldn't get in there. I got meaty, stubby fingers, right? So if you're gonna not give me access to that liner lock, you have to cut it away so it's comfortable. If I can't get in there, that's just not acceptable, right? Especially a knife that I want to like. I really like the size. This is like such a great carry knife in some places when I go to a place where I don't want something huge. But if you haven't checked this out, this unlock composite scale, man, I this really made this knife a completely new life, a new knife for me. So much so that if I could find one of these with that just didn't have S35V in, and had maybe a more premium steel, I would absolutely get it and put these scales on there. But that's just me. That's cool. So you front flip yours too. Yeah, that's kind of fun, right? It's like it feels like it should be a front flipper, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel like it should have some jimping there, and it would be the perfect front flipper? It's just like it's almost like the knife that if you could, you know, it's like okay, I'm going to come out with version 3, and we're going to put jimping on there, and lo and behold, it's a brand new knife. But it's not. All you do is put jimping on there. Yeah, I could probably pay someone custom to do that, but that'll be a little expensive, right? Because then they have to re-Cerakote it or re-PVD it or something. Oh, the unlocked conspirator scales. Do you have those? Oh, so you live in a boat. You know what? The drift is perfect for you though for Hero 6. If you live in a boat, if you live in salt water and stuff like that, I got to tell you that drift. If I was in that situation, if I did a lot of water stuff, that drift would be. I would not have gotten rid of it because that would be a knife that anytime out in the water, that's the perfect knife. It really is. And probably next closest to that is going to be my Ivanix S Tau. Now the only thing about this is I don't know if the steel screws are all. That's the thing about the quiet carry, the drift. Everything in there was, I think it was not 204P, but it was, what's the other super resistant steel? Not Vanek Super Clean, and not like MagnaCut. It's the other one. Oh, I can't. Oh, wait. Well, I have to get up and look at my poster, but there's another one, right? But everything inside of it is made out of that really super rust resistant. It's the perfect saltwater knife, I think. Well, Hero, as long as you're in a place where you can, find peace and happiness and it's a happy place, that's good, man. I'm glad. I'm happy for you, man. That's, sometimes you make it through dark times and hard times and it just makes you better. Things I wish no one would have to go through, but you learn something and you have some wisdom. You kind of like you polish up. It makes it a little. There's some things about you that you have that others won't have, and that there's wisdom there. So I'll just say that. That's cool. All right, man. So I don't know. I feel like I haven't. I feel like I should just pull out a few more. Now I have one knife that I used to get asked about all the time, and I don't know if any of you guys are into this. He's the same guy that does the Tuya Knives Hive 3. If you're familiar, he's made modern designs. This was the Stunner, and I've had this knife. And anytime I pull this out, people try to buy it from me. His website's not even up anymore, and I wish he would make this. It's just a weird shape, but it ergonomically, if you haven't tried the Stunner, this was like the first time I experienced perfect flipping, and everything. I mean, everything about this knife is just phenomenal. The flipper, I mean, the jimping on here, it works just phenomenally, and it's just beautiful knife. So this is one of those, and I have yet to see a whole lot of. I call this meteorite kind of looking carbon fiber, and it's really well inlaid in there. This is made by Bestech. This is one of those really nice Bestech ones, and it does run on skiff washers, which really makes this like buttery smooth. It was a little gritty, and the grittiness started going away, but I think Skiffs really made this knife. I don't know if you guys ever checked this one out, but it's hard to find. People who get it, they keep a hold of them because there were a limited run of them, and they're not around much anymore. But I really do like it. I think it has a number on here somewhere. Let's see if I can find the run of this one. I thought it had a number on here somewhere. I need to clean it too. Sorry. Yeah, it's been in my pocket. It's got pocket lint all over it. But hey, I use my knives. What I love too is the choke up. It's got one of the best finger choils. I mean, even big fat fingers can get in there because when I squeeze my finger, it's a fat finger. I got plenty of room. I'm not going to get close to that edge there at all, and which is also great for sharpening edge. Well, sort of. It's going to smile a little bit, I guess. It's not perfect, but it's nice for that, and it strops up really well to a nice sharp blade, and it's a hollow grind. It's a hollow grind too, which is and you get a second clip. If you don't like the blue anodized clip, you can just put a regular clip on there. So that one's really nice. Yeah, I think he did this knife, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, and it was one of his own personal designs he did on his website. He did the Hive 3 by Tuya Knives. I don't know if you're familiar. I can't remember his name. It's very kind of a hard name to pronounce for me at least. But I don't know if you can see that that's his Bade Modern Design logo. It's on this one in the Hive 3. I thought he was from Ukraine, but I don't think he is. And that's why I thought his website wasn't available because, Ukraine and all stuff. But I was wrong. I don't think he is. So, oh, that's cool. So, Danny, yeah, every one of these knives are my knives. I don't get any free knives. I'm not at that level yet. Okay, so here's the thing. I did this because I love knives, right? I love collecting knives. Um, I will answer your question in a second, Hero, but I'm going to answer this other one here real quick. I love collecting knives, and I would do this if there were like 10 people here. If there were one people here, I would talk to one person about knives like this because I just love knives. And I started this channel when my son said, "Dad, you should do a knife." He's 24. He's about to be 25. My younger teenage sons, they're 16. They said, "Yeah, Dad, I think you should do a YouTube channel." And I thought, okay, well, I'll try. I mean, I don't know if anybody wants to watch this, but I did, and it was a lot of fun, and people started watching it, and it was entertaining for me to put this together because it made me think more about knives, and I've enjoyed this. And so everything I've done here is out of my personal taste and my collection, and it's eclectic, and it's not. I'm not. I don't embrace. I try to find the engineering and the unique design and everything, and I'm totally cool with that. I really am. I appreciate engineering like that. I like that a lot, and I can almost find something valuable in a knife if I see the intent and the design there. It may not be for me, but I can appreciate it, right? But every one of these things are things that I appreciate and the things that I like. And I'm going to be straight up. It doesn't mean that I hate the other ones. It's just this is what I like, and it's what I like to carry. And I bought some things that look really cool, and after I've carried it a little bit, I'm like, it's just not for me, right? You know, um, like this one right here. At first, I wasn't really going to but once I carried this, I mean, the action on this is just ridiculous, right? So even this little high fin, you can choke up. You wouldn't think it is, but this is just such a fun, great, perfect knife. It just looks goofy as all get out. Didn't think I would buy anything from Gavco and their designs because some of their stuff is wild, right? But this really works. I really, really like that. And EMP by EDC, I got to tell you, I love their stuff, but I had the Nimble and I had the Nimble, the Tonto Nimble, and I liked them a lot. But every time I would drop their stuff, it would catch because they had the back flipper. It would catch on my finger, and if I cleared it, it would catch and it would go down and it would cut my nail or cut my knuckle. And my hands are too big for that. So I realized, okay, so I wanted to try the Nimble X, and they never had another sprint run of it until just recently they were doing it, right? But then they had this, and I tried this, and this is it. This is perfect because this works. This is their best design, in my opinion, yet. So that's where I'm at. I get knives that I like, that I enjoy. Just the reason why I got rid of this. I couldn't get to the liner lock, but once I discovered you can change that, this becomes like a perfect knife. I really feel it's comfortable. So that's my eclectic look at lot knives, and that's why I carry them. I like them. I use them, and if I don't, then I sell them. I had some really nice knives that anybody would want to keep in their collection for a long time. But if I wasn't going to use it, I didn't. Like just the Chris Reeve Umnumzon. I mean, it's a knife that when I sold it, I could have probably sold it for a whole lot more than I did sell it, not realizing that it was that popular and that in demand. But I just never carried it. And I'm not a slow roll guy. I like washers, but I'm okay with phosphor bronze as long as you can get nice action. Like Spartan Blades I would never buy a Spartan Blade except for this one. It's their button lock. No, sorry, that's not Spartan Blades. That's Les George. Les George has this one that runs in washers, and that's phenomenal. But again, I probably can never get that one because it's going to be thousands of dollars and out of my range. But that's where I'm at. Okay, so if I had $500 to spend, what would I buy right now? $500. What would I buy right now? Probably, you know what I would buy? I'd buy a McNeese Mac 2 3.5 inch. It would either be that, or if I could get a Rick Hinder Maximus, or a Maximus. I think it's Maximus. That's the one Rick Hinder that I like. I actually was at a knife store and handled that one. The problem with that one is they only run those like every 2 or 3 years. And when they ran it this year, I was at a point I had already bought a bunch of knives and I didn't have money for it. And I had a chance. There was two there, and I wish I had bought it because it's the one Rick Hinder knife that I really like, and it's almost dagger looking, but it's beautiful. So there's that one. I actually have a list of grill knives. Let me see what else I have on there. Oh, I have one knife that's my Yeti. And by the way, if you ever see it and you take a picture of it, I want to know that it still exists. I know it does, but if I'd gone to Texas, Blade Show, Texas, I probably would have bought it. But it's the ProTech Mordax. I owned a ProTech Mordax through the drop, and it was a CPM 20 CV blade. My neighbor was moving, and he loved that knife because he would want to see my knives, and he offered to buy it. And I had just heard ProTech was releasing their MagnaCut version, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll let you buy it because I figured I'd get the MagnaCut. It's just coming out. Man, they dropped it 2 times, and I missed them both. And then any release I had, it's like, oh, here's a release. I go and it's gone. And so I feel like it's a Yeti. It's a Bigfoot. It's like a Loch Ness monster for me. I see pictures. I hear stories. I know it's probably true, but I've yet to see it. So I start to doubt whether it really does exist. But that's a Protect Mordax. It's just because I wish they ran more of that. You know what they should do also? I don't know about you guys, but I think they should do the TR3 and make this not automatic. Could you imagine this in a button lock? This would be a really cool button lock. Just a thought. Just a thought. I'm sure there's like some of the Les George ones they do. I think they would be really cool. But I have one other where is it? My knives. I have my my Grail knife. Yeah, so Protect. Oh, the Tactile Maverick. I'm on the waiting list. I'm like 1800, but I want the titanium one, the Tactile Maverick. I worry that that's going to be a knife that I build up as being more than it really is. That's my worry, right? Because I've had a few knives that have been like that. They just seem like they were going to be amazing, and they ended up not being as great as they were, right? So, um, oh, I've been wish listing the Mordax and the textured Malibu for like 2 years. Good call. Yeah, I had and the thing was, I found out, Mina Milton, I believe you had you just recently got your Malibu texture, didn't you? I believe that was you that got it, because I actually had one of those all blacked out Malibu textured reverse Tonto, beautiful, beautiful knife, loved it. But the problem I had with it's just short enough that it would dig into my hand. It's the reason why I don't like some of the Ace line knives from um, um, Ace. Gosh, I'm brain farting here. Ace, their lines, the Italian maker. Uh, a lot of theirs, they have this lanyard hole that sticks up. It's really sharp, and after a while, it digs into my hand, right? And because of my hands, they are really large hands when they come to widthwise, but they're not lengthwise. That starts to dig in, and I don't like that. I mean, I'm okay if it's outside, but when it digs in right there in that point, I don't care for that. So you're 4560. Oh my gosh, I'm 1860. Well, I haven't checked lately because I think they're starting to release some, so I might be up a little higher. But yeah, I guess I got in early. I didn't think I got in early at 1860, but I'm like 25% in the top 25% from your list. That's crazy. I didn't know they were up that high. Yeah, they had them at Texas Blade Show. They were the Black Micarta, but it's not Black Micarta, true Black Micarta. That is a Black Micarta Rich Light. So it's not really micarta, it's a rich light, which is similar to like the next on the Mexican-made Martin guitars when they made them in Mexico. So it's like a synthetic wood, but it's better. I think it's better than micarta. It's micarta in the layer sense and the material, but it's different, right? And I think I would like that. I think to me it seems like a step up from G10. I don't know. I don't know what you think. Oh, another one. The other Grail knife that I would love to get, and I keep trying to get in on the drop, but it's next to impossible, is the Microtech MSI. Everything I hear about that one, it's phenomenal. I hear it's going to be the knife of the year. I mean, it may not be for everyone, but it has all the aesthetics that I like. I may get it and may find out that it's way too huge. I don't know, but it really looks nice. Oh, did you? The Nimble? Yeah, I sold both my Nimbles. I had a Nimble Tonto and a Nimble, and I loved them. They're beautiful. I just had issue with them digging into my hand, and that was one of the things that. Speaking of that, it was the little front flipper that was coming down, and it would catch. That was my issue with that. Everything about it I liked, and I wanted to like it, but I couldn't get past that. And so I was like, yeah, I can't get past that. Unfortunately, I had to say no to that. So, that was, at least that's where I'm at. I don't know about you guys, but I think for people, different shaped hands, it works phenomenally. I really do. And maybe I just didn't know how to work it. That's the other thing. I could very easily have been like, it could have been a user error, which I totally get. Because I've actually had that issue with a knife that I've had and I got rid of, and then I bought another one. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. Yeah, I can't remember, but I've had that issue before. Oh, another knife that I really, really enjoy. I don't know if you like Enrique Pena, but the Mula. I said I would never get a Damasteel, but they had this red fat carbon. I like red fat carbon inlays, and they had this, and I like the Mula, and so I went and bought this one, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I do like this, but I don't think I was okay for the price point of that. I can't go much higher than the price point of this. Then you get into the point of, am I comfortable carrying this? And I do carry this, and I do use this. And I don't know if you know Damasteel. This is as well made as 154 CM. It's a really good steel. The way Damasteel does their steel, it's not soft, cheap Damascus steel. Yeah. Okay. So, like, you're talking like Herman. How Herman has some of their stuff, man. Yeah. That folded. That they take that to a whole new level. And yeah, I have looked at those Hermans, and I looked at their price on their website, and I thought, oh, that looks reasonable. And then you look at the charge up and the rate and everything. You're like, okay, so I gotta be willing to spend 1,000. I would love, I would love to be able to do that, but I'm not there just yet. It's, I used to say I would never buy a knife like that, but I got to be honest. It's not that I would never buy a knife like that. It's just I'm not in that range yet. Okay, I'm being realistic now. I would never buy a knife for that much. It's like when I bought my Annex. I said I would never spend that much, but I did, and I enjoyed the Annex. But it's one of those knives that I realized because of the size, I'm not carrying as much, so I'm actually going to probably sell the Annex. As much as I liked it, I might sell my Annex, and that's why it's not out here because I'm thinking I'm going to sell. I haven't carried it a whole lot. I've carried it only around the house, and I didn't want to carry it where I beat it up because it's one of those knives. So here's the reality: if there's a knife that I'm on the fence about, I may not carry it a whole lot. I may carry it around the house because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. So, well, Beard Doom, I'd definitely be willing to sell it. So it was brand new, and I've hardly used it, and I'll definitely send you some pictures if you want to check it out. And I've got all the original stuff for it. So if you want to talk about that, by all means, we can. So it's on your hot list too. Okay, yeah, it's a black DLC version. So mind you, it's the blacked out DLC. And I don't know if you like that. Did you want the DLC? Because their DLC I think looks really good. It really is. So okay, I'll contact you on Instagram. That's cool. I'll definitely reach out to you. The Ajax. Are you talking about the Annex? The Annex. Okay, hold on a second. I've got that one somewhere else. So just give me a second. I'm gonna put the mic down. I am looking for it. Here we are. All right. So this is. Oh, I just hit the camera. Sorry, guys. That was me moving the chair. Did I mess everything up? Are we level? Just want to make sure we're level. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Can you see that? All right. So this is the black DLC version right here. Beautiful. I mean, just nice. The oil. Now, if you have oil on here, it polishes up really nicely. But you can see this. I mean, this locks up really nicely, drops really well, and the front flipper is just fantastic. But it's huge. It's gigantic. I mean, you can choke up on it, and you have multiple jimping on there. And I love the blackout version. It just has a very simple Microtech on this side, and then it has the Reich knives on this side, which is who makes it for them. And they do a phenomenal job on this. They really do. And it's an integral. It's a full integral. So I don't know if you can see that. It's huge. It is a huge knife. Now, some of my other knives are pretty big, so you can see they're size-wise. I mean, we're looking here and here. I mean, this is definitely going to stand out way, way, way more than the other ones. What would be my next biggest knife that I have here? The Big Banter is pretty big, so it's close to the Big Banter size, and that Big Banter is big. So but this is definitely at a whole different level, and it's got multi-row ball bearings in there, which is really cool. That's kind of like what they do with Suregrowers and Herman and some of those other ones. Oh, the Herman. Oh yeah, I want to get the what is the mini. I can't remember this. The smaller one, because some of those Hermans are gargantuan and they are huge. So this is a really nice knife. And I don't know if you saw that. The carbon fiber in there is just really the twill. I mean, this is how you should do it. If you're going to do twill, this is really the standard for twill. I mean, and I can see that it's contoured too. The whole grail is it's contoured in here, and that gives you just a unique grip on this, a really comfortable grip. So, anyways, sorry, I just had to point that out because some things that I enjoy it. Don't get me. Oh, I got the mic off. Let me put it back up. You probably couldn't hear me. I really enjoy it, but oh yeah, it has some crazy lanyards on there too. They have these guys right here, and then this right here. They look like you're about ready to be a gladiator or something. Something a gladiator will pull out to do battle with or something. I think they're pretty cool. It is, and that's where I'm like I was torn. Should I keep it? Should I not? But I have a hard rule that if I don't carry it, if I'm not comfortable, if I'm not carrying it regularly, I probably need to let it go on to someone who will enjoy it because I'm not going to be a user of the knife. All these knives here I use, right? And I'm comfortable carrying every one of these. Even my Leon Ma, which is pretty close to what the Annex cost. It's a little bit less, but I love this knife. I mean, and this is the Space Coral Fat Carbon. I don't know if you can see that. The beautiful design of that Space Coral. If you really get close, it is something phenomenal. But I like this knife. I use it a lot. So, and that's cool, Beard. I bet you have bigger hands than I do. I'm pretty sure. So that'll probably be a good size knife for your hand. It'll fit really well. Some of these are probably smaller knives for you. So that's exactly where I think somebody like that. That's why I think the MSI might be. I think it's a little smaller than that one, and so that I think I would be better off using something like that. Oh, hey, no, I appreciate it, Beard. Yeah, I've been following you for a while, so I appreciate it definitely. I started following you when I was watching Tri-State, and he was getting everybody to watch you over there. So I really enjoy watching Cole, and that's he's a good guy. So, but yeah, I appreciate you following me now. So thank you so much. Hey, I'm trying. We'll see how that goes. We're just gonna keep pushing along and seeing if we just push out more content and keep my love of knives going and see if people want to join me in the journey. So I am waiting for two knives to come in. One is the Kunwu Pulsar. Has anyone gotten that one? I am really excited about that one. It's been in customs for 5 months. 5 months, 5 weeks. It's been in for customs for 5 weeks. So much so that Kunwu is even going to give me a discount on the next knife because they are really sorry about that. It's very unusual, I guess. And then another one is the Mini Apex. I'm waiting for that one, to be honest with you. That one I ordered as soon as it came out. Oh, you have the Space Coral one, Joshua? Yeah, I really like this. Isn't this now? Is your action? I put skiff washers in there. It made no difference. You just got to clear the detent. My only thing that this would make this knife more perfect is that detent wasn't so far over here. I feel like because of how the flipper is right here, you've got to make sure you clear that detent before you can get it to drop. Because if you catch it on the ramp right there, it tends to go back up. It's a small gripe. It really is. It's a small gripe. But otherwise, I love this knife. And I love the hand. I never really understood what hand finished satin finish is. And I got to tell you, this is probably by far the best hand satin finish. Riot did such a phenomenal job on that. That was one of my favorites. Oh, you got yours today? Yeah, everybody out here says it's really. I was watching Neve's Knives review he just dropped today, and he got his, and he says it's his absolute favorite knife now. I mean, I'm pretty excited. And he can, and he, my one worry was, can you use the fuller to flip it? And then when I saw Neve's Knives, and he was doing The flipper deployment, I was like, yes, yes, because I have no problem working. I can get the meat of my finger into a folder like that. I can flip it as long as I can get in there. I can flip it, right? I used to have a Orcs, Edward. I guess it's Orcs Works. I'm not saying this correctly. For some reason, my brain is not saying it right. But he had a couple of his knives, and he does a lot of custom knives. But he had one, and it was a really, really small flipper. And I can use it. I have no problem with it. Even like this is kind of small, but I have no problem getting in something like that. So I don't know. I don't mind that at all. So I'm excited about that. The Dawn. Yes, I agree with you. The Dawn was a huge one. I wished I could have gotten a hold of the Dawn. And when they did have some drops, of course, I missed them. They go so fast, and you get sniped. I have yet to. I've had that happen to me a few times where I've gotten in there, I had it in my cart, and I got sniped. Matter of fact, when I first tried to get my first Oaksworks, that's right. Thank you, Oaksworks. Thank you. Appreciate it, Beard. Boy, talking so much, I'm forgetting things, right? But I had one of his knives, and I really, really liked it, but I had trouble getting to that fuller. And it was, I I'm tempted to try his latest one, but I'm not sure. It doesn't have the aesthetic that appeals to me. It just doesn't look like a knife that's gonna appeal to me. But I've been wrong before, right? Until I try it, I've been wrong. But at this point, some of those experiments are pretty expensive. It's not like one of those knives you can buy, you don't like it, you can sell it immediately on the market for pretty close to what you bought it for. Like if I changed my mind on this right now, I've got like 5 people lined up who want to buy this because it's a limited run. You can't get this. I mean, it's like next to impossible to find. And this, like I keep saying, every time if I do a little short on this one, I get people say, "Hey, I'll buy it. I'd like to buy that from you." And I'm like, one of these days I may come along and find a knife that I really, really want. And I said, "Do you still want this?" You never know. It might go for sale. I don't know. Yeah, he's 22. That was amazing. His design. And it just really worked. It worked well. The design was, everything just flowed together. I've really come to appreciate the flow of a knife. I don't know if that's the right way to word it, but it's the ergonomics, the engineering, the design, how it all fits together. I really like that. That's why Kunwu is really knocking it out right now. Their flow and everything working together. The only thing on this one, if this flipper was just a little bit stronger, and it didn't have to be much, but if it was just a little bit more, I think this flipper. Now I get why they did it. They did it for this, so that you can choke up very comfortably. You can do that. I get that, and it's really primarily a flipper, but everything else on this knife flows really well. And that's what I think the Dawn 2 really executed like spot on. Really did. Yeah, bad timing. It's always like I wish I'd got the one that got away. I think that would be a good Rob's rambling at some point. The one that got away, because I have quite a few that got away. Yeah, some of them got away because I let them get away, and some got away because I wasn't fast enough, and some got away because I sold it, and then I wish I hadn't sold it. Right? I mean, how many of us can talk about knives that we wish we had had? So yeah. Uh, there's still a few knives that I really would like to get that are out there. And matter of fact, I think the thing about the Don and about his designs, he has two knives that I really like. I'm not a huge fan of his latest one. I get that reverse Tonto with the really long pointed. I know it's a collab and everything, but I'm just not a huge fan of that one. It's cool. It's just not my cup of tea. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So you like the Sparrow knife, the company sticks. You like that one. So I mean, there now. See, there's a version of that I forget who does it, and I'm sure Beard Doom was going to know, because you are very knowledgeable, and I defer to you if you know this. So please, if you do, let me know. There is one that looks similar to that Dawn Design collab that he does with was it Sparrow? I think it was. The sticks, yeah, the Strix. There's another one that looks very similar, but it's not the Tonto shape, if you will. Comes up. It's not as long pointed out. It's a little. This part is not as short. It's a little more elongated, but it's very similar in design, and it's just enough that I dig that one. I forget who it hasn't been released yet. I know it's in prototype, and I think they're going to sell it through their website. Does anybody remember that one? It's very similar, but it's different. I think Jim Skelton actually did a review on it. If not Jim, it was who else did it? I can't remember, but yeah, that one looks really cool too. The Radon, yeah, the Radon is one I like. I really like that one. Yeah, that's cool. You know, after experiencing bigger knives that I've really enjoyed, um, one of the ones that I think I would like, but I'm not sure if I really would carry long term, unless I got the smaller version, is the Koenig. For a long time the Koenig was this Grail knife for me, but after I realized that I think it might be one of those knives, just like that I think I would really like, but I think it's a little big. And now that I think there's a mini version or one of them, that is something that I would probably be more inclined to get. And it's not that I like small knives. I like knives that I can comfortably, because my use of knife is EDC, office, whatever. I cut boxes, cat food, dog food, fertilizer, dirt, whatever. It's relatively small things, right? And ooh, I totally failed on that one. But that's really for me. So that's what I look for. Oh, the Fuldrex, Dama Steel, and Zerkatai. See, I like that. I'm just not ready yet to spend that. I'm not saying I would not spend that. I'm just saying I'm not ready yet to spend that. And I'm sure there's going to be, it's like I can tell you right now, oh, I'd never spend that. Yeah, we all know that's not true. At some point, every one of us are going to go, well, uh, probably not. You'll never spend it, and you'll say you'll never spend it until, well, you do, right? As soon as you find that one knife, you're like, oh, that's nice. Just like I thought I would never spend, this much I'd never buy a knife from Africa, right? And then I got this one. And I got to tell you, it's stupid because I'm a nerd. And I fully admit it. I'm not, I'm a tactical nerd. I will tell you that because I'll just leave it at that. I can't really talk about what I do. But, anyways, that being said, I like this one a lot because it reminds me of I feel like what Tony Stark, if the Iron Man had a knife, this would be it. Or if like this would be a knife that they would carry on Star Trek. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's the nerd in me. I like the aesthetic design. That's why I like Vero Engineering. I've had a Vero Engineering knife that I enjoyed. The one I got was way too big. I think I need to get the smaller version because I ended up not carrying it. And but that's why I like that. So. Oh, so you got the mini Arias? You have to tell me how that feels and how that fits because I was very, very curious about that. That's the one that I think if I was going to get an Arias, it would be the mini Arias, and that's the one I think is what if I saw more of that, I think I would totally love it. The problem is there's so many reviewers who got giant hands and they love giant knives, and that's cool, totally cool. I'm not knocking that. I just wish we could see a little more of the smaller knives. Sometimes a little smaller knife is something that you can feel a little more comfortable carrying, right? And so that mini Arias is what really appeals to me. Just like the mini Hermans that they have. There's a new ones that they start coming out. Of course, the generic base mini Hermans, they sell really quickly, and then of course the really fancy ones are the ones that are available, and they're kind of out of the price range. I'm not quite ready to spend $2,000 or $3,000 on a knife. So I'll just say that much. And I don't think my wife would let me, and I'd be alive. The channel would suddenly cease to exist because I would no longer exist. So, and I prefer to live and be married. So, that's just me. Yes, the iMamba. Yes, this is one of my favorites. It's got the smoothest action of all. Now, this is just the all titanium one. You can get them with the inlays. It's beautiful. There's a rattlesnake one, a blue rattlesnake one that I would love to get. Makes it a lot more expensive. But yeah, this is, I agree with Tri-State. And I think I even said this to Tri-State, maybe, I don't know if we said it together or whatever. But I really feel like this is a Chris Reeves. This is like everything I wish Chris Reeves was like a Chris Reeve knife, a Chris Reeve, 31 or 21. This is it because it has ball bearings, it has the action, it has the drop shutness, but it has the feel and the solidness and everything that you would expect out of such a quality knife. And I get Chris Reeve knives are what they are, and they're awesome because people want that, and they want the phosphor bronze, and that's cool. I don't knock that. I mean, if that's your cup of tea, go for it. It's just not quite my cup of tea, but this is really smooth. And that RWL34, they polished this, and it's a hollow grind. It's just really phenomenal. It really is. And this is a very functional fuller. You would think it's just there for aesthetics, but no, it works flawlessly. It is like so subtle, but works perfectly. Of course, now I'm doing this and I'm talking, so you can. I know I can flip this because I do it all the time. It flips really well. If I'm not talking, can't walk and chew gum at the same time, apparently. Hey man, I appreciate you, Danny, coming in here. Thank you. We'll have to do this again. I enjoyed talking about knives, and I'm willing to chat all night long about it because I learn from you guys. Because I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know everything. I do not. I have so much to learn. I kind of think of honestly, Albert Einstein once said, "The more you truly learn something, the more you realize how little you know." And the more I learn about knives, the more I really realize how little I really know. And I'm learning all the time. So I appreciate you guys sharing your knowledge. I've learned tonight from Beard Doom, learned from you, Danny, learned from Hero Sticks and everybody else, Joshua, and everybody that's here. So I really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you. You guys have a great night. It's probably getting a little late, isn't it? Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock here. So I don't know about your guys' time. I'm in Central Standard Time, and I do have to get up early for work, but I really have enjoyed this. This has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys hanging around and chatting. This is fun. This is the kind of stuff that I enjoy. You don't often get to do that, right? We do the giveaways, and usually everyone's gone, and that's it. And I like to listen and talk and listen. So it works well when you're in a smaller group sometimes. And I realize this might grow, but I hope we can continue this. And this to me, this is fun stuff. St. Louis, 10 o'clock. Yeah, we're almost 10 o'clock here too. This is Waco, Texas. Yeah, Central Texas. The heart of Texas, they call it, whatever. But I was brought here from a job that relocated me for a defense contractor. I'll just say that. So I took a job here and got moved here, and so I've been here since. So all right, well, you guys, it's been fun, been enjoyable. Beard, I'll reach out to you on Instagram for sure, and let me know. But you guys have a great night. Thank you for being part of this. I really do appreciate it. It seems like I might be doing the 2K sooner than later, so hopefully we'll have another one for that, a big one like that. But I will try to do a few giveaways if I have some things I can give away because to me it's just fun. I like to give stuff. I mean, I don't have anything I get to give away, but stuff that I buy that I think maybe people might enjoy, I'm happy to share. So, all right, you guys have a great night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making this enjoyable. And thank you for humbling me, for really being part of this and subscribing. It really is an honor. I feel honored. So thank you. You guys are awesome. Appreciate it. You guys have a great night. Bye, y'all.